everybody! Welcome to the greatest one-man show in the history of mankind. We're back! It's the Dusty Smith Show, and I missed the last show. It was, Friday's show. I need a break, guys. This show's hard to do. I need to recharge my batteries, but batteries recharged, and I'm back, and have a bunch of shit to cover. Got a week's worth of news, and all kinds of bullshit on the world's greatest show, so let's get it started, folks. Open your hymnals to page 1. Jumping right in. It's time for religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious motherfucking bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Just the cats now. Time for religious bullshit. That was the cats. It was. You're a liar. And as always, going to read all the super chats at halftime. Get your super chats in. A great way to support the show. Immortalize yourself in the lifeblood of the show, the super chats. The more you donate, the more serious I take your questions. So buy my love, support the cats, all of the things in the super chats. And first off, on tonight's religious bullshit, I'm guessing it's a hate preacher? That's what it usually is. Oh, yes, it is. Hate preacher, Jason Robinson. And he got very, very valid and good reasons for men not to wear earrings. Let's have a listen.
And here's the thing. I'm not against earrings, just so you know. I'm not against girls having earrings and all that. But let's just face it.
Let's face it, guys.
Earrings are not masculine.
Not masculine,
okay?
dudes.
I said it.
He said
okay?
it. Somebody
Earrings are not masculine. Okay, and here's why they're not masculine. Because when you have earrings, then you're always worried about them getting ripped out if you're doing some manual labor.
There you have it, folks. Not masculine, because we all know that only men do manual labor. Can't do manual labor with earrings. They just get ripped out left and right. And while he's at it, you know what else is not masculine? Testicles, because every time you get in a fight, like men do, you're all worried about people punching you in the ball sack. So not masculine testicles, cut them off to be a true man so you can fight to your fullest ability like us men do. Hell yeah, this dude's masculine as fuck. We need to follow his obvious example here. And then, I know we're shocked, but yet another Christian hate preacher, this time it's been named. Like, there's so many of these guys. They all look the same. They all have the same set. It's amazing that they make so much money doing this. It's amazing that so many different guys like this can stay in business with the same homophobic bullshit message, but also not shocking at all because there's no hate like Christian love. Anyway, folks, he ain't racist.
Biden taps the first black woman, I love black people. I didn't mean that negatively. I think black, white, green doesn't matter.
Oh, good. I'm glad he clarified that, folks. Not racist. I'm just so happy that he made a point to let us know this guy is not a bigot in any way.
The issue, the first black woman LGBT White House press secretary.
Oh.
John Pierre whatever.
Oh.
Biden
Okay.
taps the first.
Oh, he went the homophobic route. Not racist. I'm just a homophobic piece of shit. So, hey, can't hate me. You want to bet, fucko? Because I do. And then I bet you're all going to be as excited as I am because guess who's back? Silly Ray Cyrus is back. And dudes, you're never going to believe it. He went to heaven again. It's true. This is real life. He did go to heaven. Fuck you for thinking he didn't. And he's going to describe what it was like to us when he was there. Let's have a listen.
I've seen things in visits to heaven.
Uh-huh.
People say, you visited heaven? Yes.
Yes, of course. Of course I have. They
Not
gave me this stupid stick while I was there.
as much as some, but I have.
Mm-hmm. Go again for like a long time. Forever. So, no, don't. I'm just kidding, Silly Ray. Live forever, Silly Ray. You're the gift that keeps on giving. I love you, Silly Ray.
One day, I stepped over into there.
Uh-huh.
And I walked out, and it's the first time I'd ever seen this in my whole life. It was a valley.
You never saw a valley before?
And then this mist rose up out of this valley.
Uh-huh.
And then the next thing I saw really took me back. Because you you saw it when you didn't plan on it happening. You were there.
We know this happened, totally.
I didn't expect, I didn't say, okay, now I'm going to go into this valley and I'm going to look at this. I'm just there, and then suddenly this mist comes up and I'm watching it. And then this giant looking head of this dinosaur thing stood up in this valley.
Jurassic Park, cool.
And it was not dangerous.
Friendly.
And this was the valley. The Lord said, this is where they live here.
The land before time. Clear. Cool.
I came out of that room stunned.
I bet you did. I will be too.
But it doesn't make any difference who believes what.
Or make any sense.
I was the one that was there.
That's right. Amen. He don't care if you believe him or not. There was dinosaurs when he went to heaven. And apparently heaven is finite. There's a finite amount of space in heaven. So there's a specific valley that God let the dinosaurs live in. And he's like, hey, it's the least I could do. I murdered all these motherfucking dinosaurs like asteroids and shit. They looked up and like, oh, we're fucked. And then they died. And then I was like, hey, come to heaven, dinosaurs. I mean, you can't have like a lot of room to roam around. It's like, not like I'm infinite or anything. There's a limited amount of space, but I got a valley for you motherfuckers. The dinosaurs are like, fine, I guess we'll live in your valley forever, God, so that silly Ray Cyrus can come visit us. Sounds good. So totally have it, folks. You're dumb for not believing it. And then Maga pastor, as if there's any other kind. This time it's Leon Benjamin, and they're such LARPers, folks. Like I said on the last show, I used to make fun of, not publicly, just in my brain, used to make fun of like these, I don't want to call them nerds, these cool people who go out to parks and pretend to be wizards and warriors and fight each other. But I don't make fun of them anymore because they're just having fun, yo. They're just not hurting anybody, going out there doing what they got to do with their buds. But these are the motherfuckers I want to make fun of, these LARPers. At least the people that went out LARPed in the park know it's not real. They know they're not fucking wizards and warriors and shit. This dude, I guess he knows he ain't one either. He knows he don't have any magical powers and none of this shit works. But I think some of the people that listen to him believe this. So here he is casting his magical spell by blowing on his horn and shit to get rid of demons and witches, which totally exist. Let's watch.
I'm going to blow this shofar.
That's not the first thing he's blown, I bet you. Gay.
Because I want every demon in Idaho, in Washington, in America, and around this globe to know that God is about to visit this earth through his body. It's called the body of Christ. We're about to stretch out an anointing that will cover sea to shining sea. There's about to be an anointing. There's about to be a breakthrough. There's going to be a binding of demons, a binding of witches and warlocks.
You ever notice that this stuff's always about to happen? I mean, humans been around like 100,000 years. What's God waiting for? Why hasn't this stuff already happened so we can see it? They're always screaming, any second now, any second, God gonna bind witches and demons. We all gonna know it, so let me blow on my stupid fucking horn.
You're about to see the power of God released through the trumpet.
No, I'm about to see a dumb sack of shit just weakly blow through a horn thing. It's gonna be majorly unimpressive. Woo! Yeah! You're doing something! We believe this is real! Here we go! This is gonna be epic, y'all. Wait till you hear this shit. He about to blow the roof off of it. Dude, God is out of tune. A little pitchy, dog. A little pitchy. It's gonna be a no for me.
It's going to be a release. The saints are about to take over this nation again. God's about to send people like me and you back into the Congress, back into the Senate, and back into...
Why are you yelling at me, dude? I can't listen to that anymore. That's a bit aggressive. I don't understand why God about to do all this stuff. Get on it, God. Hurry up. What you waiting on? And then, folks, has there ever been a bigger sack of shit than Dog the Bounty Hunter looking like a fucking pressed ham, looking like a fucking old catcher's mitt? This motherfucker is just evil He loves to brag about all the people he's abused and beat up because that's super cool. Here he is at the Opening the Heavens conference and talking about how Republicans going to wipe out the Democrats in the midterms. They're not, but let's have a listen anyway.
Wait till November.
All right.
When the Republican Party, I think I met one Christian Democrat, have you? When the Republican Party wipes them out.
Why is it always about to happen? Come on now. Yay!
Wait till November.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Wait till November. I don't care how many ballot boxes there are. I don't care how they try to cheat. Wait till you see what happens.
And then when nothing happens, no one will hold him accountable. He'll just move on to the next thing. Wait till the presidency. Then when that happens, wait till the next presidency. Wait until 2029. Just always. 2 weeks, folks. Gonna happen in 2 weeks.
I told you this morning, little Hitler, and if you'll remember, Hitler committed suicide.
Dead. If you believe the conspiracy theories.
Hitler, you know why? Because he was caught.
He lost the war and it was over for him and didn't want to face show trials and be humiliated and then hung, probably. That'd be my guess.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to catch these cheaters. And I'm not saying with my mouth or my tongue that he's going to commit suicide, but you never know.
You never know. Biden might commit suicide. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just suggesting that it's going to happen. So, prepare for that. Like, yay, suicide. Hooray for the love of Christ. We're so friendly and nice here at church. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, I wish I could hear more amazing tales from Dog the Bounty Hunter. I got your back, motherfuckers. Here we go. Now you're going to threaten to beat up people, harm people, because Joe Biden is a witch doctor or something. She's a real doctor. Don't think about it. Let's listen.
Don't let me walk in no place where mahoos are dancing with children.
Oh, so now you got to be transphobic. Don't let me walk in no place where transgender women are dancing with children. Well, then stay your ass at home, motherfucker. What you gonna do? We got freedom. And I love how these old motherfuckers think they're so tough. I mean, you might have been, first of all, he's like 5 foot nothing anyway. So you probably were never tough. But if you ever fucking were, you definitely ain't now, you goddamn old geezer. Gonna break a fucking hip if you try to do anything.
Because they're going to jail with me.
They're going to jail with me. You are not in the police force. You don't have any authority, dude.
And in jail, the rules change.
Yeah, in jail, I get to rape them. Oh, y'all. It's like, yay, Jesus. Woo, best church ever. Definitely not creepy.
I'll beat them every day.
Oh, great. This is the church, God. This is fucking church. He's talking about beating up transgender women in prison, yo. At church.
That's right. Write that down, Mahulani.
I'll write it down. Woo! What's wrong with your eyes?
I said, what is this Dr. Mrs. Biden doing okaying sex education in libraries for kindergartners?
Oh my God, you know that's happening, folks. You know that Joe Biden is in charge of the sex education program in libraries for kindergartners. This is just a real thing that's actually happening in our society. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Just believe Dog the Bounty Hunter, because look at his face. He looks so trustworthy.
I said, Lord, what kind of doctor is she? And God said, she's a witch doctor.
Woo, yeah. And of course, everybody just believes it. No one's going to do any research. No one's going to think critically for themselves. They're going to, like, literally that old woman they just showed. Let's see her. She looks so surprised. This woman, she's like, what? Sex education in libraries for kindergartners? And she's going to be going home telling her friends about that. Did you know that Joe Biden was allowing kindergartners to learn sex education at the library? No, I didn't, Grandma, because that's fucking bullshit. Do not get your information from Dog the Bounty Hunter. I shouldn't have to tell you that, Grandma. God damn it. Somebody put Mimo in a home already. And then another one from Friendly Atheist. Go subscribe to the Friendly Atheist. What's up, Hammond? Oklahoma Senator James Lankford want you to know that, hey, God rewarded his entire state for making teenagers and rape victims carry their rapist baby, you know, as God would do. But how did God reward them? Well, he cured cancer. He made all the homeless people have homes. He didn't do any of that. He just made it rain. Oh, okay. What a miracle, God.
I believe that as these states embrace biblical truth as it pertains to life, that I believe God's going to bless those nations, those states. As those states come in alignment with God, I believe it's going to be a testimony to the rest of the nation.
Every one of those states, last in education, last in healthcare, they die faster than any other states, higher in obesity. They're the most welfare states, take the most from the other states. In every category, they're the lowest. So what the fuck you talking about, Willis?
Again, another sign of God's mercy that he will pour out his blessing on those that choose to walk in his way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's not some radical principle just for people to be faithful and for God to bless them. I mean, it's just the most basic principle of all.
It's the most basic bullshit of our religion to indoctrinate and brainwash you with. I do agree.
As funny as it sounds, we've experienced a big drought in Oklahoma. The week after we passed this law to be able to protect the lives of children, we had the most overwhelming rainstorm that came across the state.
It's gone!
And it was such an interesting conversation among people in the church, like, did that just happen? Did that just occur?
Yeah, I got to disagree with you. I was in that state right before that rain happened. I was in a men's bathroom, and I said, God, if you let this guy in the other stall blow me, will you let it also rain? And he did both, so I don't know. Anyway, it rained like a motherfucker here. Wonder what I did to deserve that shit. Thank you, God. Amazing, amazing miracles. And then they know who their God is, folks. Apparently this happened in, where the fuck is this? Don't know. Some school baptizing their kids and in front of a Trump flag, of course. Not in front of a Jesus, not in front of a Jesus picture, not in front of a cross. Trump flag! And it's a thin blue line Trump flag from these Trump flag from these patriots. Yeah, exactly what you would fucking expect. Oh my God. I should have put this in Beyond Parody, but defacing the flag. They're true patriots, but it's a cult. They don't give a fuck about the goddamn country. They don't care about America. They just love their God man, their leader, Trump. Let's see. High priest of Trump evangelism, Pastor host Greg Locke. I should have known.
He don't care what you guys think. He worships Trump. He don't give a fuck about Joe Biden in any goddamn way. Witches can't come to his fucking church.
Maine, this weekend, baptizing people beneath a Trump flag. Because, of course, it was. Yep. No surprise there. And anyway, go. That is my religious bullshit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's see what you got to say. Don't sex a pause. What the fuck? I know, right? Jesus Trump. He is the new Jesus. Trump did go live last week and claim he is only second to Jesus. So at least he was putting himself slightly below the God of the universe, which is pretty good for Trump. That's humility for Trump. Ignorance is bigotry's favorite meal. That's why they're so fat. I knew there had to be some reason for it. Have you checked Young Don? I have not checked Young Don. Did you send me any links at Cultadusty1, publicly on my Twitter account, like I told you to? Did you do what you're supposed to do? Psh, telling me. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. Do we have any super chats yet? All right, we're gonna have 2 super chats. It's light. Come on, guys, help me out so I can keep doing this show. If you love the show, please support it. All right, moving right along, folks. Trash World. Trash World, Trash World, dumpster fire, hell is Trash World, Trash World, everything sucks all of the time, Trash World, Trash World. First up, on tonight's Trash World, meanwhile, in Mississippi, new details have come out against horrible human trash. Brett Favre, you know, the guy that has $100 million, grew up in Mississippi, same age as me. Went through the same experiences I had, pretty much. I'm just guessing, but doesn't think poor people need money here. Because he rich, been rich his whole life. Everybody sucks his dick his whole fucking life, treats him all special because he plays football. If you play football in this goddamn state, you're a god for some reason, even though it's fucking stupid. There should be goddamn plants and vegetables planted in those fields, not some dipshit meatheads running back and forth with a fucking pigskin. This whole goddamn society don't make any fucking sense. Anyway, let's have a listen to the new info.
New details now surrounding accusations that retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre used welfare funds to help build a new volleyball stadium at his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, where his daughter played the sport. A former director of Mississippi's welfare agency, John Davis, has now pleaded guilty to federal and state charges that he conspired to misspend tens of millions of those welfare funds meant for the poorest families in what is the poorest state in the U.S. Text messages in a state court filing have shown Davis, Favre, and former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant and others worked together to help secure millions in state money to build that stadium, which was a pet project of the former Super Bowl champion. Joining me now here is ABC News contributor and
Anyway, then it turned out that 2 years after he did this, he was asking for more money for another school's football program after Mississippi spent millions of dollars in welfare money on Brett Favre's pet project, a university volleyball arena. The retired NFL quarterback tried 2 years later to get additional cash from the state's welfare agency for another sports facility, new court documents show. The governor at the time, Republican Phil Bryant, texted in 2019 with Favre, who wanted to build an indoor practice facility for the University of Southern Mississippi. Bryant told him federal money for children and low-income adults is tightly controlled, but wink, wink, not really. We gave you $4 million for your volleyball court. A former director of Mississippi Department of Human Services, John Davis, pled guilty Thursday to federal and state felonies. So, yeah, man, it's so sad. They murdered George Floyd over supposedly a $20 counterfeit note. They murdering people all over, locking people up for these pettiest of crimes under $100. Brett Favre stole $4 million from the most vulnerable and poorest in our society. Nothing. Not even a slap on the wrist. Still got his sponsors. Still every fucking where. Still getting his goddamn dick sucked by cheeseheads. It's just a goddamn trash world. That's why I fucking call it that. It's ridiculous. And SiriusXM, at least, is sort of distancing themselves from him. I guess they gave his ass a big show and everything. And, like, also, I know this is conceited as fuck, but how in the fuck am I looking better than Brett Favre? Not looking good, Brett. Holy shit. Never thought I was going to be looking better than Brett Favre. Thank you, God. Finally rewarding me for all that masturbation. Anyway, SiriusXM has put Brett Favre in the Satellite Radio show on hold following the retired quarterback's alleged role in a welfare fraud scandal in Mississippi. So, good. And also, who the fuck is still listening to Sirius XM? Like, this is not a commercial, but you guys know if you, like, have a cell phone, you can get, like, Spotify on your cell phone and play it through your speakers and shit. Just play whatever you want to instead of listening to the radio. Who's listening to the radio? I guess Brett Favre fans. I guess that explains that. Trump supporters. People, like, back in time and shit. And as Lindy Lee says, Colin Kaepernick, I can say it, Kaepernick, there we go, took a knee and was ruthlessly attacked. Brett Favre sent women's dick pics and stole $5 million from the poorest Americans despite being worth $100 million. Republicans continue to celebrate him, and he's still out golfing with Trump. Party of family values my ass. That's why you don't ever listen to anything they say, though. Nothing they say means anything. It's all bullshit. New filing shows Brett Favre not only knew that he was taking funds meant for low-income families, but also knew that it was illegal, continued to push for it anyway, because of course he did. They can never get enough. He doesn't care. From the time he was a kid, people have been kissing his ass because he plays football and he thinks he's special. And there's no doubt, I mean, like I said last time, it doesn't matter if he's been even rude to a black person in his single life. What he did is white supremacy. When you take millions of dollars from poor people, the majority of them in this particular state are black. Knowingly, when you have $100 million, that is perpetuating white supremacy, the white supremacist power structure that oversees the entire fucking country. You are part of it. You are part of the goddamn problem. You're a fucking white supremacist. So no surprise that Trump supporters are still supporting him all up his fucking ass. And nuclear war! Are you guys ready for that? It's raining at ground zero, and if their radiation level's okay. Now, Weird Al song. Anyway, apparently Putin just instituted the draft, because that's how you know your war is going extremely well. He was like, hey, we're going to go to Ukraine, going to take us 3 days. We're going to mop up the whole goddamn country. And Trump was like, this is brilliant. Putin is brilliant. He's going to take over all these territories with minimal effort, lickety-split, make all that money. Genius, Putin, says Trump. And now here we are many months later, and they're losing terribly. So they're like, hey, let's just go snatch motherfuckers off the street and send them to their death. What could go wrong? Well, here they are, all the able-bodied men fleeing from Russia. Yep. There's where I'd be. This is me on during Vietnam, headed to Canada. Hell yeah, I ain't fighting in your fucking wars. Georgia has become the latest country to see a surge of fleeing Russians at their border. Given 2008, unlikely they'll be warmly received. Doubtful. Probably should have stood up to Putin when you had the chance. Now, he gonna kill you all. And here they are, military men, mobilized at Moscow airport today, or military-aged men, to get out of Russia. I remain a master strategist, says Darth Putin. Look how smart he is. And yep, they fleeing. I would make fun of them, but I'd fucking be right with you guys. Like I said, should have stood up to him when you could. They were all rah-rah, yeah, war, let's crush the Ukrainians. And now they're like, well, you guys go fight. They're like, fuck that. Suddenly not so gung-ho on the war anymore, are you fellas? And they're not calling it a draft, though. They're calling it mobilization. But it's a draft. And here's what fucking cowardly chicken shits they are. They have the whole police force, which is always just the arm of the rich and powerful to oppress the poor and lower classes with. And apparently Putin has an entire army of police. You think he would send them to the war, but then if he did that, no one would be able to control the country with the iron fist like he demands. So here they are, snatching this guy up, slapping him in the face, punching him while his hands are held by two guys because they're super brave and tough. Look at him. Yeah! You slap. Oh, got a headbutt there. Yeah, motherfucker ain't taking it. And then you're going to all beat you up. I can't believe you don't want to go die for Vladimir Putin. What's wrong with you not wanting to die for a billionaire for no fucking reason? You think your life has value and worth? What's wrong with you? Conceited? Why are you so conceited thinking you should live? Fucking Russian? Be proud to die for the motherland. And they're not taking it well. A lot of them folks, a lot of them are fighting back, and this is exactly what they should do. This guy said arson to a military draft office in Russia, some name I can't pronounce and won't even try. Here he is. He backs a car in first, up the door, and then he's like, yeah, Molotov cocktails, motherfucker. Let it all burn. And good. Do that everywhere, all the time, always. Burn it all down to the ground. You might just be saving your own life. Love to see it. We don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Burn. And then, a warning. This clip contains murder. Don't watch this. Murder about to happen. Murder. Don't look. Anyway, so apparently this dude's friend, wasn't even him. Once again, I wish I had friends like this. Or friends, period. Sad face emoji. Anyway, apparently his friend got drafted and he was like, oh, fuck no. So he went to the local recruiting center and murdered the guy in command of recruiting there. Warning, death. Yeah, that happened. That's the one. Walked in and then, boom, yeah, recruit this motherfucker. Everybody rushing out of there. Get it? They rushing out of there. Death humor is amazing. So, not going well over there in Russia. And apparently this guy setting himself on fire. Don't do that. Don't touch yourself on fire. Set, like, the buildings on fire. Burn the police building. Not in America. Talking about Russia. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. It's okay because it's okay to wish harm against Russia, isn't it, YouTube? Anyway, Peace. Let's give peace a chance. All I am saying is give peace a chance. Don't ban me. Anyway, don't burn yourself up. That's counterproductive. And then Zelensky was out there saying, hey, like, I know all you dudes are scared. They're sending you off to your fucking death for no reason. Why'd they do that? So he said, hey, if you guys want to go AWOL, if you want to surrender, we will treat you with respect. And if you guys are worried you're going to get sent back to Russia, then we will guarantee that after the war is over, you will have places that are not in Russia. So we will somewhat protect you. Although that's easier said than done. First, you got to get past your unit, run away without them shooting you in the back. And then you got to find some Ukrainian soldier that doesn't think you're a threat to him and not kill you. So I guess it's a good effort, a good thought, but at the same time, probably not going to work out very well for most of those guys. Might want to flee or, like, I don't know, riot in your home country or something, overthrow your government. That's what I would do. That's not what I would do. I would just sit on my ass, complain about it until they came to drag me away, and then I would hide and flee and shit like the coward I am. But that's what you guys should do. Don't do what I say. Do what I tell you to do. And then, of course, Putin ran off to his forest fortress to hide. But first, he signed a law stipulating 10 years behind bars for desertion and surrender. But you know what they're also doing? They're also recruiting from the prison. So, hey, I think Putin just discovered a genius way to get infinite soldiers, right? So all these soldiers, they defect, they desert, and then he grabs them, he puts them in prison, and then boom, more soldiers right back on the battlefield who then desert, put right back in prison, boom, more soldiers, endless soldiers, endless soldier cheat unlocked. He got a mind on him. Don't underestimate Putin's genius. But yeah, like I said, cowardly Putin out at the forest compound, hiding his ass off as his whole country burns down around him. Putin has escaped to his secret palace in a forest amid anti-jab protests in Russian cities, reports say. So it's just it's amazing that we're on the brink of nuclear war because of one man. It's amazing. The tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of Russians who are dead or going to die because of one man. And you know he's sitting up in his forest mansion, just dick as hard as it can fucking possibly be, thinking, oh my God, look at all these people willing to die for me. I could just order thousands of men to their deaths and they would just go die for me. I can order an entire country to send their children to die for me and they'll still fucking do it. And you know, he gets off on it and he has little 16-year-old Russian girls in there that he's just banging away at as he looks himself in the mirror like the dude from American Psycho as he just fucks away thinking about how awesome he is, that he's worshipped like a god and can send people to their deaths. It's exactly what we're dealing with here. That's how these people get in power to begin with. Because they have these crazy sexual fetishes about power, about how powerful they are, about how they can abuse people, do whatever the fuck they want to do, and how people worship them and do it anyway. It's like that Conan movie where James Earl Jones looks up at his follower who's up on the cliff, and he says, come to me, and she steps off the cliff and she falls to her death. And the gratification he got about that. That's how all these motherfuckers are. Sit around and beat off to it. But yep, he's threatening a nuclear war, folks. Putin says nuclear threat is no bluff. We should take him at his word. So what they're doing now, they're trying to annex parts of the Ukraine so that when they annex it, they can say, hey, these are Russian territories now. And if Ukraine tries to come in and attack Russian territories, we're going to nuke you because you're attacking Russia. Don't take me lightly. I'm not bluffing. And a lot of people are like, he's not bluffing, folks. The U.S. is examining our options right now on what we're going to do in response if he decides to use nuclear weapons. So I have no idea what the fuck's going to happen. I'm guessing they probably will annex those territories, which won't be legally binding or anything. It's just Putin saying so, right? Now, whether he's going to use nuclear bombs or not, I would not put it past him. I'm just hoping that what I really hope is, I hope the United States has weapons. The likes are so top secret, we have never let a breath of them hit the public. Space age programs. I guess space age was back in the 60s, so that's not impressive. Futuristic weapons that can destroy nuclear bombs that fly through space or in air or whatnot. I'm hoping they have it all taken care of, where this is much less of a threat than we're fearing it might be. But I have no idea. If they have it, they're not talking about it, which they shouldn't, I guess. So I guess we'll have to find out together or die together or whatever. And then it's shitty all over the goddamn world, of course, because it's a trash world. The Iranian women, a lot of men too, I guess it's not just the women, are protesting, uprising. A revolution is happening because they killed a 22-year-old girl there, a woman, I guess. The 22-year-old woman emerged from the Tehran subway, her dark hair covered with a black headscarf and the lines of her body obscured by loose clothing. When the capital city's guidance patrol spotted her, they were members of Iran's notorious mortality police, enforcers of the conservative Islamic dress and behavior rules that have governed daily life for Iranians since 1979, and newly energized under a hardline president who took office last year. By their standards, Mahsa Amini was improperly dressed, which could mean something as simple as a wisp of hair protruding from her headscarf. They put her in a van and drove her away to a detention center where she was to undergo re-education. 3 days later, on September 16th, she was dead. I mean, what a fucking nightmare. How is this still going on in 2022? Taking people away in unmarked vans because a wisp of their hair is showing women and torturing them to death. It's just hellish. It's fucking hellish. And a lot of the women there are fed up. But it's still terrifying. Here's a bunch of women that were protesting getting arrested. Man, this looks like a scene from a fucking horror movie. Look at this crazy ass shit. But so many of them are straight up heroes there. Feminism is still necessary in America in a lot of ways, but feminism is also incredibly important to shine a beacon for the rest of the world to follow. And this is a great example. Here's an old lady in Iran removing her headscarf, walking around uncovered through the city of Rost and chanting death to Khamenei. The bravery this takes, knowing a woman who was tortured and murdered in a re-education camp simply for having a wisp of hair shown or something like that. But there are a lot of fucks there, a lot of them. They're tired of being repressed. We should start arming their resistance, in my opinion. I don't know, little Ukraine treatment. You know, we're arming the shit out of Ukraine. That's plenty of money. Let's send some of it to the rebels and maybe not. No, I don't know about that. Anyway. Here's more scenes of Iran protesting. And it's beautiful. For the first time, a lot of these women have known freedom. And here's the crazy part. I talk about this all the time. Back in the 60s, it wasn't like this. How at the beaches, women were wearing bikinis, bathing suits. They were uncovered. And then what happened, apparently, this is what I read. A few of them decided they wanted to wear headscarves, and the government made wearing the headscarves illegal. And so, as a protest, the feminists started wearing headscarves to basically as a fuck you to the government, and then the government turned around and made them mandatory. So craziness how fast shit has changed, which should be a warning to America. We think this couldn't happen here? Just look at pictures from Iran back from the 60s and how incredibly they have fallen, gone back to the dark ages. You don't think Christian nationalism could take over here and something similar could happen here? It's already happening. They've already taken away women's right to abortion. They're already forcing children to carry their rapist babies already in America. And they're just fucking getting started. This is why we fight, folks. Hopefully we'll be inspirations to them and they can be inspirations to us. And they're not gonna take it. Here's a guy who decided to walk up and slap a woman on the street for not wearing the hijab. And motherfucker was mad. Here this asshole is gonna walk up to her. That is, he smack you. As Rage Against the Machine plays in the background, I'll turn that down. So, Bulls on parade! And then everybody's like, did you just walk up and smack that woman? And he's like, fuck off! I have God on my side. And they're like, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. You just smacked a woman. He's like, no, I'm godly. And they're like, let's slap you, motherfucker, how you like it. Beat his ass! And he's running, oh my God! Oh, he tripped. Fucking clumsy fuck. Not so tough now, are you? You're real tough when you slap it on women. But now you got some men's on you. Run, motherfucker, run! But they're all such goddamn cowards, every one of them. That's why they behave this way. I hope nothing bad happens to them. Wink! And they also beat the shit out of the police. Iranian men beating morality police who came to break up Women's March calling for freedom. Yep, get their asses. Get them. Yep. No matter where you go in the world, it's all the same. ACAB. The cops are nothing there but the domestic military arm of the government to oppress the people. And should be treated the same every fucking where until the system is disbanded and replaced. And then, here's an Iranian morality police commander. They beat this motherfucker within an inch of his life. Good. Oh my God. Like, I'm not a violent person, but ooh, does this bring me joy and happiness? Yes, I gotta say it does. I'm only unhappy he is not more injured, to be honest with you. Not gonna pretend otherwise. And widespread protests continue to go on, but here's what the America First crowd has to say about it. The leader of the America First crowd, Nick Fuentes, I wonder what his take will be.
There are massive protests that have rocked the nation over the killing of some woman who was arrested by the morality police for not wearing her hijab, which is her head covering, her headscarf. And it's disputed what happened. She wasn't wearing her headscarf, against the law. She gets arrested, then dies. Now, the masses of people in the public who came out of nowhere say that she was beaten to death by the religious police because she was wearing her hijab or was not wearing her hijab. So now they're all out protesting the brutality of the morality police against the women. Well, the Iranian government, who I'm inclined to believe and trust, they say that she died in custody and it had nothing to do with them. They didn't beat her up. Wasn't their fault. And to me, this sounds exactly like the death of Freddie Gray. This is like BLM, but for women in Iran. It's like the same thing. George Floyd was trying to use counterfeit money, and he was high. Cops tried to arrest him. They killed him. You know what? Don't use counterfeit money and be a drug dealer. Well, now in Iran, some woman, not wearing her hijab, gets arrested by the police. Dies. Here's how you avoid entanglements with the religious police. Wear the hijab. Wear the covering.
Right, just follow the rules. You'll be fine. Of course, it doesn't apply to them. They don't have the same standard. They're like, oh my God, the government is fucking investigating Donald Trump. They're investigating Republicans. The government is politicizing the FBI. It's totally fucking different when it's their side. And of course, also, I'm quite aware Nick Fuentes doesn't believe a word he's fucking saying. Nothing comes out of his mouth is sincere. He is not a good faith actor. His only position is, what is edgy? What is the most edgy thing I can possibly say? And if like saying something completely different, the exact opposite, was more edgy tomorrow, he would say that tomorrow. With no hint of irony or hypocrisy. That's his only platform. That's all he's fucking got. That's what all these people have. Whatever's going to get me attention. Whatever's going to own the libs. And another great example, Tucker Carlson in this goddamn trash world. Causing violence towards doctors and hospitals now. Children's hospitals. Because doctors are the enemy now, librarians are the enemy now, teachers are the enemy now, soldiers are the enemy now. It's backwards fucking world. But like I said, their only position is what is edgy, what is controversial, what gets me attention. Nothing matters to them except for hurting people.
So, to be clear, Boston Children's Hospital is not ashamed of committing sexual mutilation of children. Gender-affirming care is a euphemism for chemical castration. What is gender-affirming care? Well, it's castrating children. It's exactly what it is. The sterilization and castration of children. No one should put up with this. No parent should put up with this for 1 second, no matter what the law says. Your duty, your moral duty, is to defend your children. This is an attack on your children, and you should fight back.
That's right. They're attacking your children, folks. These evil doctors, and you should fight back. Literally calling for violence. He knows that's what's going to happen. He knows. They've already had bomb threats. He knows. But they don't give a fuck. Because all he has to say was, well, that's not what I meant. Plausible deniability. I wasn't calling for violence, but he is. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Within the past few hours after Matt Walsh's attack on Vanderbilt and Tucker Carlson's coverage, users of 4chan and the Donald are calling for the outright murder of doctors. The doctors that perform these surgeries should have their families slaughtered while they're forced to watch. Not that I condone that type of thing, but it would send a hell of a message. Yeah, I'm not saying I want this to happen, but it should happen to send a message. Kill their family because of what they did. Yeah, the sins of the father are put upon the son. It's just biblical. Kill every one of these degenerates that dare harm children. Yeah, nice avatar. Checks out. I fucking hate these tranny vermin and their progressive supporters. 40 years ago, our parents and grandparents would have been rioting in the streets and stringing these doctors and their supporters up on trees and light poles. Oh yeah, 40 years ago, your grandparents were stringing black folks up on trees and light poles. So they'd have been a little busy for that, Jethro. And the pendulum is swinging. Not the only thing that should be swinging at the end of robes. Lynching is awesome. Let's just kill all the doctors. Why not? We're the party of peace. Nothing to see here, folks. And one of their leaders, Alex Jones, is back in court. Yet another trial for the whole Sandy Hook bullshit. And this dumbass, once again, going on a show and calling the judge a tyrant. Always a genius move to insult and piss off the judge at your trial. Let's have a look.
You've called this judge a tyrant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you actually use that word a lot with your audience. You call people tyrants, don't you?
Only when they act like it.
Okay. And one way that you've been conveying to your audience that Judge Bellis has been acting like a tyrant is by showing her with lasers coming out of her eyes, right? You know you did that?
I didn't direct that. First time I saw it was in court.
Oh, so you've been watching this?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Okay. You could have just watched from the stage.
Objection, argumentative.
Sustained.
But you've been broadcasting your show during this trial, haven't you?
I have taped some of my show.
Let's pull up 477.
Is this full?
This should be in already.
It is a full exhibit.
And what was it, Ron? 477?
477, Your Honor.
This is the tyrant you've been telling your audience about, right?
Contempt, super smart, piss her off. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter, and he knows it doesn't matter. He knows regardless of what happens, they could fine him $1 billion, and conservatives would give him $2 billion. He'll just fundraise off of it, play the victim. Free speech is dead. You can't even accuse people of faking children's death anymore. So, nothing matters. It's a garbage world. He'll be rewarded. Does it make any difference whatsoever? And spreading everywhere, folks. That's why it's so depressing. In Spain, they're about to elect female Trump. Italy election live update. Italy has fallen. Italian Trump, Giorgia, did I pronounce it? I don't know. Meloni, set to be Italy's first female prime minister and leader of its most right-wing government since World War I, exit polls suggest. So, yep, the conservative virus spreading fucking everywhere. Way to go, Italy! What happened last time you guys had a hard right-wing leader? I can't remember. Seems like something bad. Anyway, last off on Trash World, people that live in other countries can't even imagine what a trash country this is. But here's just one example. Invoices for my hospital stay are starting to come in. Each Hall's cough drop, individually packaged by Safecore of Columbus, Ohio, is billed at $10. This is what it's like in this country. If you get sick, either die immediately or go bankrupt. $10 for a cough drop. I can go to Walmart and get a bag of like 50 for $2. But they just gouge you. The reason they do this, though, the hospitals and the insurance companies are in bed together. And they have this scam where the hospitals charge you $10 per cough drop and they boost the bill up to $100,000, right? And then the insurance companies come in and they say, hey, we negotiated and we got your bill down to $70,000. We saved you $30,000. You're welcome. So you have to pay them a bunch of money for the savings they negotiated for you. That's how the fucking scam works in this goddamn trash fucking country. It's amazing. Only first world country without socialized medicine. And it's not surprising. And that is my trash world. It's what you guys got to say on the Dirty Sexy Poor line. Yup. You should smuggle them into the hospital and sell them for $1 a piece. They'd put you in jail for that, though. They won't put fucking Brett Favre in jail for stealing $4 million from the poorest people in our society, but if you did that, they'd put you in jail, believe me. You said Spain before Italy. Did you mean Italy instead of Spain? I don't know what the fuck I meant. Italy Mussoliniing to the right. Yep. What happened last time? I don't know. They killed him in the streets. Who? I'm already lost on what we're talking about. Awful. It's all awful. All the time. On the trash world. And one more section, folks, before halftime, where we're going to read all your super chats. Get your super chats in. Immortalize yourself forever and ever. Amen. On the super chats. But first, little what the fuck. What the fuck? Exclamation point and question mark. Not in that order, but whatever. It don't fucking matter. What the fuck, y'all? And first off, what the fuck? Did you guys see that movie on Netflix about this Holmes lady who, Elizabeth Holmes, who was like one of the youngest like billionaires ever, and she had this company that was supposed to like test your blood and find all kinds of cancers or whatever medical ailments you had from the testing, and turned out she was just lying about the whole thing and defrauding people, and then she went on trial and got convicted and now might do jail time. And then at the same time she was dating this old chubby Indian guy who she really seemed to be in love with, and also she had a really fake voice. She talked like this and she pretended like she was Steve Jobs all the time, and they would kiss her ass every time she would do interviews and talk about how she has girl power and shit when she was basically just a con artist. So anyway, they released her sext and they're weird. So she's all like to this chubby old Indian guy who's not handsome. You could do better. Maybe not. Anyway, she's like, you are breeze in desert for me. That's just bad English. My water and ocean meant only to be together, tiger. What? And then he's like, okay. I actually love this dude. Perfect response. Okay. What am I supposed to say to that? That's just bad sexting. Send titty pics. Don't you know how this works? You've never sexted before? No wonder you have to date this guy. Psh, Elizabeth Holmes. And then, oh no, what the fuck? Did you guys hear about the CEO of Beyond Meat? You would think Beyond Meat would be kind of a left-leaning organization because it's fake meat that generally appeals to lefties. But apparently, it's run by just Neanderthal, a toxic masculine caveman. Beyond Meat Chief Operating Officer Doug Ramsey was arrested this week after allegedly biting a man's nose in an Arkansas parking garage following a college football game. Ramsey, 53, not looking good for 53. It's a hard 53, Ramsey. Might want to eat less meat and more like, I don't know. I wish there was some kind of alternative to meat you could eat. Can't think of anything. Ramsey, 53, was charged with terroristic threatening and third-degree battery and booked into the Washington County, Arkansas jail on Saturday evening. He was released Sunday. According to the Washington County information page, the altercation happened in a parking garage near Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville after a University of Arkansas football game. According to preliminary police reports, Ramsey allegedly punched through the back windshield of a Subaru. Oh my God, what is in the Beyond Meat? Steroids? After it made contact with the front tire of Ramsey's car. The Subaru owner then got out of his car and Ramsey allegedly started punching him and bit his nose. Holy shit, that's some Mike Tyson shit right there. Ripping the flesh on the tip of the nose. The Saigon horde that bit my nose off. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. According to the report, the victim and a witness also alleged that Ramsey told the Subaru owner he would kill him. So might want to tone it down a little bit, Beyond Meat COO. Just saying, dial the crazy back a little bit. Might want to fire that guy. And then, on the what the fuck section, kid is everywhere, as always. Oh my God. This should not be in the what the fuck section. This should be in the Beyond Parody section. Anyway, don't matter. I'll just put it in the what the fuck section. They're doing the exact same thing they do every year, folks. They're fear-mongering about children's candy on Halloween. Now, you guys might remember that they do this every fucking year. Where they're like, oh my God, razor blades and apples. They're going to hand them out. Oh my God, there's going to be marijuana in your kids' candy. They're going to hand out little Jolly Ranchers that have THC in them, and now it's fentanyl. They're going to hand out fentanyl to your kids on Halloween. Be very afraid, even though we know this has never once fucking happened. If any of you have ever done any drugs or know any drug dealers, you know one thing about drug dealers and drug users. They don't give away their fucking drugs, especially not the bratty fucking little kids, okay? Nobody would do this. But don't let the truth get in the way of them scaring you. Also, she's spreading the lie that some dude at a school died because a kid brought fentanyl to school and he touched it and he died. I Googled it. No information about this whatsoever. They just lie. That's all they have is lies, folks. That's all they can fucking do.
Bill Clinton weighed in. He thinks that Republicans have a way of trying to win. Listen to him here.
You have to note, the Republicans always close well. Why? Because they find some new way to scare the living daylights out of swing voters about something. That's what they did in 2021, where they made critical race theory sound worse than smallpox.
I mean, Greg Gutfeld last night on the Five. Well, he said the Democrats have been trying to scare people as well.
I know. I was going to say, like, newsflash, Bill, your party's doing that just fine. We don't need to help you with that at all. You're scaring voters everywhere with the open border. I mean, just last month, 2,000 pounds of fentanyl came across our border. That could kill 500 million people. We're coming into Halloween.
Oh my God, it's going to kill 500 million people. What's that? There's only 350 million Americans. Well, the fentanyl is going to resurrect a couple 100 million people, and then it's going to kill them too. Be very afraid.
Every mom in the country right now is worried, what if this gets into my kid's Halloween basket?
You're talking about the rainbow
fentanyl. What if my teenager gets this? And
well, your kid will probably have a pretty good time. That's why you got to eat all your kids' candy before they have a chance to. Don't let your kids have all the fun. And then, yeah. What the fuck? Ron Johnson accidentally slipped up and told the truth.
We would have an annual threat hearing, and my ranking member would always be bringing up white supremacy, which, I condone.
Oh, shocker! You condone white supremacy? I know it. Of course, she's going to be like, oopsies.
I mean, I condemn.
I mean, yeah, we know what you mean. We know who you are. We know what you do. You accidentally told the truth, and as a conservative, that's frowned upon there, Ron. And then I got a sports fail. Like, folks, I don't know if this is real or not. I tried to look and I couldn't find any information that it wasn't real. Either way, it's what the fuck. Let's have a look.
Yeah, you got to love the focus here with the driver on 13. A deer is sucking off another deer in the background. It does not faze him as he rips that down the middle. That's about 315. Yeah, you got to love the focus here with the driver on 13.
That's a total pro. Like, don't even notice. I didn't know deers did that. Holy shit. Deer got it going on. Deer's a little freaky. I'm with it. I like deers a little more now. And then on the what the fuck, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Dude, what is happening? I got questions. Yeah. The weight displacement seems off. Like, she should be sitting in the middle. She should be rowing. Like, she needs the exercise. Not fat shaming, but a little bit. Just saying, dudes. And then on what the fuck, wait, you guys see this one if you haven't seen this one. So this guy apparently was going around trying to sell, I think, solar panels, what it is, to his neighbors. And it's clear that he's used to saying a certain word all the time, and it slipped out. Wait for it.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm Fernando. I work at Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845.
Okay.
So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. I know. No, man, that wasn't even...
Not funny, but that guy's like, oh my God, you can see his soul leave his body. I almost want to feel sorry for him if he wasn't fucking such a goddamn racist piece of trash. But, yeah, you said it out loud. He's like, oh, yeah, well, this sales call's over immediately. Fuck that one up. Might not want to say the N-words to your black potential customers. What the fuck, dude? And then, some lessons in this life don't have to be learned, you wouldn't think. You would just think you wouldn't have to be told some certain shit, right? You'd be thinking it would just be common sense that everybody would know, but nope. Here's a guy answering the question, why shouldn't I drill a hole in this gas tank? There you go. That's wild. Let's look at that again. He's like, hey, drilling in the gas tank. Yeah, oh, really? Drills get hot, right? Super hot. It's friction. Yeah, oh shit. That's bad. Mistakes are made. What do we learn? I hope you got insurance, dude. Yeah, you just destroyed that car. And you don't know how the fire extinguisher works. Shocker, this guy's not good on fire safety. I know we're all real surprised by that. And come on, dude, get it going. And it's like, no. It's almost like the gas tank is on fire for some reason. And then, yeah, your business is burned down, dude. You burned your business down. That's not what you want. Life lessons, suboptimal. And one more, folks, and this is one of the biggest what the fucks I've ever seen. So, the cops decide to park their vehicle on the train tracks. Of course, why wouldn't you park your vehicle on the train tracks? And then they decide to handcuff a woman and put her in the back of the vehicle. And then they just stand there and watch. You can see the male cop just watches, almost like they did it on purpose. The train barreling towards them, and they leave her in the back of the car as the train hits her.
What's going on? No one else is in the truck, sir. Can I please get my cell phone? Ma'am, what's going on? I'll tell you in a second. Take a seat. So confused.
I'll tell you in a second. Get in the car. Get on the railroad tracks.
Take a seat. Toss it out the window?
Now look, you can hear it. You can hear the train, and the dude is looking over at it. He clearly sees the lights coming at him and the noise.
No.
She could have out that window, but is that Hart?
No, that's Tom Check. Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God, run! And of course they run away and...
Stay back!
Yeah, stay back! You didn't try. They didn't try to save the woman or anything.
Medical emergent. The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
So yeah, apparently the woman survived, but she's going to win tens of millions of dollars. The taxpayers are going to have to foot the bill. You know, eventually the police might abolish themselves. Eventually they might just bankrupt all their communities with shit like this. And then they're going to have to change. Maybe that's what we need to do. Sue them into oblivion. Just crazy. But don't worry, folks. They're investigating themselves, and they didn't do anything wrong. They're fine. It's totally normal to park on train tracks and let the train hit your handcuffed suspects in the backseat. Totally normal. Another day in America. And that's my what the fuck. What you got to say, dirty sexies? The cops get some paid time off. I know they get a vacation for doing shit like this. Beyond stupid cops. Yep, well, they're cops. That's kind of redundant. Spineless, speechless. Yeah, speechless, and they're spineless. True story. And it's halftime, folks. And hey, if you like my show, and you know you do because it's amazing, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/podcast. Hey, if you click on the link, the description of the video, there's a link to my Patreon. Help me out. Nobody did it no one's supported it new in the last couple of weeks. So if you get me out, I very much appreciate it. Help me stay in business so I can do the greatest show in the world for you guys. And also, I'm still selling my book, still working on it. It's a work in progress. If you click on the description of this video right here, boom, you can click my Patreon right here. My book is right here where you can buy Harrowing Tales of Woke, which I will autograph and send you a first edition copy as soon as it's done, which will be any second now. Any second. So help me out. We'd much appreciated. Also, I want to send a special thank you to Glenn Houston for your very generous donation. Thank you, Glenn Houston. Hero to the show. Much appreciated. And now let's read the super chats. If you guys bail out, we're going to do a long Chud Watch here. So stay tuned for a very long Chud Watch here after I read the super chats. Scroll up. Don't forget to plug your clip channel. Hey, the Dusty Clip Channel. Google it or whatever. Find out what that is. Good channel. The Clips of Dusty channel. I like that. Good job. Heavy chop for the love of Pretty Boy. Tom Pieces Belays it. Hell yeah, here's a pretty boy right here. Yeah, this is pretty ass. Why do you raise your ass when I pet you? I don't have any interest in your ass, dude. Keep your ass. Don't raise your ass. I don't want to pet your ass. I want to pet your back. Would you quit raising your ass? You gay. Anyway, Zachariah Smith, $20. What makes me irate is taxpayers end up paying for massive sports facilities and gain nothing in return. Of course, it's a reverse socialism. That's the only way the rich would have it. Thank you, Zachariah. Cole James, $20. Hey, thank you, Cole. Hero. Christine Fedrickson, $10. Thanks, Dusty. Thank you, Christina. And Super Bowl Joe, give me $50 Canadian. All right, so far, Super Chat. Hey, wait, Joe of the world. Super Bowl Joe. Hooray, I finally donated. Hell yeah, you're one of the heroes now. No longer a dirty, sexy poor, though, but you're still sexy. First timer, but I hope to contribute more in the future. I value you and your content, Dusty. Hey, my content values you. Only way I can do this, guys, is through your support. I very much appreciate it. Nightfall Shadow, $5. Apparently, the word faggot also means a food. I'm sorry, this was a weird thing to post. I would post the recipe link, but it won't let me. I made fun of Watermelon Head Charlie Kirk a few weeks ago because he said that fascist means bundles of sticks. And I thought he was connecting that with the word fag because that also means a bundle of sticks. But apparently fasci is also a bundle of rods, also known as a bundle of sticks. So I completely missed his joke because I'm lame as shit. So record corrected. And Trump can join Putin to hide from the world. I hope he does. Maybe they'll conscript him and put him on the front lines of the Ukrainian war. Would love to see that. Urban Mastodons, fam. Putin is in his bunker mansion estate in between Moscow and St. Petersburg. He is hunkering down against the inevitable NATO nuclear response to his nuke on Ukraine. Maybe. I hope they stop him. I really feel sorry for the Russian people. Of course, I feel sorry for whoever he nukes, but I think the Russian people are going to get the worst of it because they're going to have all of NATO whooping their ass. You thought the Ukrainian army was bad. Wait till the American military gets involved. Like, I know we're supporting them, sending them weapons and stuff, but wait till our actual military gets involved. It's going to be a bloodbath. Here's a few bucks for you and the kitty. Say thank you, Christopher Warnick. Good to see you tonight. Love you. Cuba 1972, Dusty, the U.S. armed Iraq to fight them. We also gave haven to Shah and Iran before the Iranian Revolution. I believe not that the current government of Iran is great. Yeah, I mean, we did overthrow their government. You're right about that. So I probably shouldn't advocate overthrowing the government of Iran again. Didn't work out very well the last time, but what you going to do? Sorry, Dustin, I'm watching football. Why? I will watch show tomorrow. What? I mean, you gave me $5, so slight forgiveness, but also no forgiveness. And Trash World, says Jason Ashby. Cool. Welcome to Dust Buddies. Nick isn't even subtle about being edgelord, and yet people take him seriously. It's sad. Yep, that's why I can't stand fucking Destiny. Destiny sits there and talks to Nick Fuentes like Nick Fuentes is a good faith actor. Like he believes a fucking word out of his goddamn mouth, which is what he wants. Even if you disagree with him, if you just join him in the delusion that he actually means what he says or believes what he says, then he wins. Sad world we live in. One of us. Yep. Give me a hit the like button. Give me a like, fuckos. Do it. Only half of you hit the like button. The rest of you should die in a train crash. Just kidding. Martin Beer, $20. Nick Fuentes, a Mexican pretending to be a white. Yeah, but I mean, he passes as white, right? Whiteness is all about how other people treat you anyway. Cat food, what up, Gary Stillman? Thank you. Gonna make them fat on your dime, hero. Nightfall Shadow, $10. Once I get through my next cannabis grow, I'm gonna walk around and give free cannabis away just so you will be wrong about no one ever giving away drugs. Yeah, but you're not gonna give it to kids. And weed is not really a drug anyway. That doesn't count. That's not real drugs. I'm talking about drugs that are hard to get, like Molly or, heroin, fentanyl, all that shit. Acid. You should have had a Beyond Meat section to your show after the Beyond Meat CEO story. Beyond Meat! Good idea. If there would be free edibles out there, I'd trick and treat as well. I know, right? Be one thing to get my lazy ass out, walking around, get my steps in. Which company do you use for VPN service? I use ExpressVPN. I don't know why. That's what I use. Thanks for the show, Dusty. Left is best. Hell yeah. Thanks, Lemonade Bay. And Jason Ashby. I hope 20 Canuck bucks is enough to buy your love. Man, I love Jason Ashby so much. Want to do naughty things to you in the dark. It's real money, I promise. Shh. It's funny Canadian money, but it still spins. Strenuous Flues, 1111. I could not figure out why I blew half the basic budget at Walmart on a dinosaur onesie. Money well spent. Could not resist it, but why? Behold, the COD live chat is talking about dinosaurs at Walmart. Typical miracle. Yep, synchronicity. The universe is synchronizing with you. And all right, folks, more super chats, please. Gonna read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show. So get them in. Support the best show on earth. You know you want to. It'll make you feel good down in your bones. But now, Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about chuds. And then we make fun of them. Woo! Yeah, we do. And for those of you who are like, what is a chud, Dusty? A chud is a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. It's a name we call conservatives because they're zombies. They don't have any brains, and they want yours brains. And it sucks, folks. Apparently, Greg Abbott lead is widening over Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke, which is very depressing. More proof it's a goddamn trash country. Beto is actually a good dude, has real policies to help people, citizens of the United States, good things. Of course, he is losing to this trash human whose entire policy position is just to hurt people. So obviously Texas is going to go vote for this guy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Texas? Everything is bigger in Texas, especially the fucking dickheads. And speaking of dickheads, you guys hear about Charlemagne the God, who don't really know, but I can only assume by the amount of makeup he's wearing is some kind of drag performer. Not sure. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, he got on his show and called DeSantis a genius for lying to poor, desperate Venezuelans who were just trying to seek a better life for themselves and their families. and use them as political pawns, spending millions of dollars in a political stunt instead of helping people. This trash guy, giving him a shout out and calling him a hero and a genius for it.
For months, Republican governors have sent busloads of illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities like New York, D.C., and Chicago with the message of, if you like them so much, they're yours, okay? Well, just in time for Hispanic Heritage Month, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis upped the game by sending 2 planefuls of immigrants to the East Coast elite's favorite vacation island, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. I personally think it's genius. But I wish that governors like Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott would give Democratic governors and mayors more of a heads up, because then that would expose the hypocrisy of the Democrats, which is they don't want immigrants here either. For months, Republican governors have sent busloads of illegal immigrants.
First off, no Democrat is running on the position that they want illegal immigrants in this country. This is just a lie you're spreading. All we say is we want them treated with respect. And yes, we think the immigration policy should be enlarged. We think way more immigrants should be allowed in this country because we need them. We have an aging population. We have a worker shortage in this fucking country. We need more immigrants, you fucking moron. Why is this on the Comedy Central channel? Holy fucking God. Just nuts. And of course, he immediately became the darling of the right. Here's Benny Johnson from that cringe show, The Left Can't Meme. DeSantis is a genius for exposing Democrats by sending illegal immigrants. First off, they're not illegal immigrants. Why are you spreading this lie, dude? They're in the country legally. They're seeking asylum. And until their asylum cases go through the process, they can legally be in the country. That's how it fucking works, assholes. When these motherfuckers start shouting you out, you know you're on the wrong side of history, Charlemagne the God. And of course, genius Ron DeSantis and now getting sued. So genius, isn't it, Charlemagne the God? Now taxpayers gonna have to foot giant bills, and if they win, even million more for this political stunt. Why don't you pay it, Charlemagne the God? Why don't you pay his fucking legal bills? Why don't you pay the payouts to the goddamn illegal, they're not illegal, but the immigrants that come to this fucking country? Why don't you pay it if it's so fucking genius, dude? Or maybe shut the fuck up. Cancel that motherfucker. And I don't mean like figuratively, I mean cancel that stupid fucking show. Who is paying Charlemagne to inform people? I guess America in this goddamn trash country. And then here he is. They're like, hey, why are you having to go to Texas to find immigrants to fly around the country? If immigration is such a horrible problem in Florida, why can't you find immigrants in Florida? And here's his excuse. I'll translate before he even speaks. Basically, we don't have a mass migrant problem in Florida. So I use state funds to manufacture one for a political stunt.
The problem is we're not seeing mass movements of them into Florida. So you end up with a car with maybe 2. And if we know that that's illegal and there's someone that's kind of smuggling, then committing crime, then you can do arrest. There have been drug seizures. But that's not effective enough to stop the mass migration, but it's just coming in onesie-twosies. So we've had people...
Yeah, they're just coming. Guys, they're just coming in onesies, twosies, itsy-bitsies, just trickling in little bitty-bitty at a time, you know? So, guys, I know I had to go down to Texas. We had to trick some of them and put them on a plane just so we can prove how tough we are on immigration. Also, I'm manly as fuck. I'm masculinity personified. Oh, my.
People on the border for last summer, we've done a lot of intelligence, and everyone down there will say between 1/3 and 40% of the people coming across are seeking to end up in Florida. And so we have to go and figure out, okay, who are those people likely to be? And if you can do it at the source and divert to sanctuary jurisdictions, the chance they end up in Florida is much less.
That's right, guys. I didn't have any idea where they were going. Now, I had no evidence that they were coming to Florida, but I still use Florida taxpayers' money to send them around the world because I did it as a political stunt. Elect me as president, y'all.
Good God, conservatives are so trash, cringe, fucked up in every goddamn way. And then, on the Chud Watch, yep, they lie, folks. That's all they can do. That's all they got. They got no policies. They got no positions. Lie, scare, distract, misinform. So here they are on Fox News claiming that the immigrants who are in the country perfectly legally, as happens when you seek asylum, are here illegally.
Well, think about this, okay? People came into this country illegally.
They didn't. They didn't. They literally came in legally through the process we set up for them. Why you lying?
Country illegally, violating our laws.
They didn't.
Okay, and the first thing they do is get lawyers and use our laws to sue an elected governor, to sue a state.
That's right, because they follow the process to be here illegally, and then you abuse them, lie to them, use them as a political pawn for a cheap stunt, and you're gonna get sued, motherfuckers. Exactly what should happen.
Just think about that. They just got here. They're not even here legally. They didn't enter the country the proper way, and they're immediately in court demanding rights and claims under our laws. This is outrageous.
That's outrageous. I can't believe human beings want human rights. You don't have any human rights unless you're an American. No, fuck that. You do. You know what gives you human rights? The human part, motherfucker. And
Little Benny Shapiro wants everybody to know, hey, our military is screwed, y'all. You know why? Because the fucking soy boys. We're too emasculated in the military. I can't believe that they're not super manly men like I am. Ben Shapiro, the strongest, biggest, toughest guy in the whole fucking world, you know? So here's Ben Shapiro talking about how screwed the military is because of, we don't have traditionally masculine people in the military anymore.
The people who tend to fight wars are typically very patriotic, very male people. I mean, I'm sorry to break it to you, but this has been the truth about military warfare for literally all of human history. And the institution of traditional masculinity has been core to that idea. But we're a society that doesn't believe in traditional masculinity. Traditional masculinity is an opponent because traditional masculinity requires roles. It says that men are supposed to protect, men are supposed to defend, men are supposed to be strong, men are supposed to be fathers and husbands. These are apparently very bad things now.
No one ever said that, Ben Shapiro. You're just lying out of your ass because, hey, you know what? You don't have any real points or positions, so you have to strawman the other side and pretend like shit ain't the way it is so you can score cheap political points because that's really, what your entire show is about. But, why didn't you enlist, Ben Shapiro? Obviously, you're the manliest man that ever existed, so when are you signing up to go to war, to protect? Aren't you a man, Ben? Aren't you a man?
But, literally, there has never been a more masculine army than the Russian army. And they're getting their ass whipped, Ben. 20% of the Ukrainian army is women. Because this fake machoism, this fake toxic masculinity doesn't win wars. You know what wins wars? Intelligence, technology, strategy. What's between your fucking ears, not between your fucking legs, Ben? So, needless to say, he got roundly mocked, ridiculed, and roasted by the internet. Ben Shapiro mocked for claiming military has abandoned traditional masculinity, and yep, he did. Aside from not having a clue what he's talking about, there's a lot going on here, especially while a super masculine, unwoke Russian military is getting its ass kicked. Agreed, Tom Nichols. Adam Kinzinger says, good point, Ben. What branch were you? The whiny piss baby branch. Joanna Lamb says 22% of the Ukrainian military are women. LGBTQ people fight too. They put themselves on the line to protect the vulnerable from an invading army of real men. But you go on ignoring facts, worshiping machismo, cringe lords in the cartoon cosplay you mistake for strength. Yep, they're such a fucking joke. Everything they say is bullshit. And this is an interesting thread while we're on this topic. A brief history of men today are too feminine. And this is very much like the thread I read you guys before on the no one wants to work anymore, which is an idea that goes back hundreds of years. You can read op-eds in newspapers from 100 years ago, and they're saying exactly the same thing they said today. I talked about this before, how when I grew up, they had the hair bands from the 80s, and they were like, dude looks like a lady. Why are all these men so feminine? Our society is ruined. It's just the same bullshit panic they always throw at you because this is all they got in 2020. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence, she added. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men. I'm not going to read all these, but here's 2013. Same thing. Men are too pussy now. Here's 2004, men are so pussy now, bring back real men. 1997, Southerners think that men are less manly and that women are less feminine than they used to be. 1984, are American men wimpier now than then? 1977, masculinity is being eroded. 1965, the men are becoming feminine. 1950, here's surprising news. Men are getting feminine. 1940, at the meeting of the American Medical Association, a speaker maintained that the American people are getting less vigorous. The men more feminine. 1934, 1932, 1925, 1922, 1920, 1910, 1902, 1893, 1886. Forever fucking always. Because this is all they have. The same fear-mongering conservatives have been using for over 100 years, they're still fucking using. It's the only playbook they have. Because they know morons will continue to fall for this shit over and over and over again, unending. And speaking of Little Bitty Shapiro, apparently he was on the Joe Rogan show, and he was telling Toe about how to fix the black community. And I know you guys are going to be shocked by this, but the solution to fixing the black community, more police.
Let's simplify this if we can.
Sure.
If Ben Shapiro is the king of the world, how do you fix Baltimore? How do you fix Detroit? How do you fix the south side of Chicago?
Okay, so here's the unpopular view, but it happens to be empirically correct. The first thing you have to do is you have to load the place with police. You got to load the place with police because you have to stop crime. Once you stop crime, then businesses are happy to invest in those areas. You're not going to get businesses to invest in those areas and provide jobs unless the crime is gone.
Or, Little Big Sparrow, you could stop crime by addressing the wealth inequality issue, providing more opportunities for the people in poor neighborhoods, neighborhood beautification programs, community centers everywhere. Instead of making them mistrust police more by over-policing neighborhoods, maybe you could help give them a hand up. But no, that's nothing you will ever consider doing, because helping people is the opposite of what conservatives want to do at all times. Hurting people is their only plan. And speaking of, little Toe Rogan, look at this girl having to almost break her back to hunch down so she's slightly shorter than Toe Rogan. And I shouldn't make fun of the little guy because we're about the same height, but I'm going to anyway. I just want to pick him up, put him in my pocket. You little fella. He's sort of cute there with his thumb ass. And then on the Chud Watch, oh my God, so I hate to almost cover this, right? But I do cover all the trash of the world, so I guess I'll cover this. Steven Crowder's another one of these people like Nick Fuentes. His only platform is to try to get attention by being edgy. That's all he has. How can I try to upset people? How can I say the dumbest shit possible to make people talk about me and to be edgy as fuck? And he'll literally say the opposite tomorrow if it's more edgy. It doesn't matter. Their words don't mean anything. But here he is claiming somehow that no Victoria's Secret model has ever been raped because only ugly women get raped.
We're all against the rape, okay? Just to be clear. So what I'm about to say is not an apologist for the rapists, like that man at Walmart. Right. Clearly guilty of rape. Of course. As she insinuated. Yeah. But understanding that rape is primarily a crime of, I don't know, you're going to say it's a crime of power. Okay, get it, whatever. It's primarily a crime of wanting to have sex.
Yeah, I know what the experts say. It's a crime of power, but whatever. Just ignore what the experts say. Ignore the truth. I have something I want to say, at some point I want to make, so just ignore reality so I can make my point, okay? Don't think.
Say it's a crime of power. Okay, get it, whatever. It's primarily a crime of wanting to have sex with someone who doesn't want to have sex with you, and so you have sex with them anyway. Wouldn't it stand to reason that the victims of rape would usually, not always, generally be those who are most desirable sexually, considering the crime?
Maybe like the 5s to 10s.
I mean, like you don't carjack a 98 Oldsmobile.
No.
And this, and it's always ladies like that who are claiming they're raped. I've searched, and I could be wrong about this. There are many, right? How many times have I been to a change my mind? It's always a blue-haired, would-be lesbian feminist who claim they're raped. As far as I know, not one Victoria's Secret model has been raped.
And they have wings.
Not one.
What are the odds?
Maybe they were going to be Victoria's Secret.
So fucking foul. As somebody whose mom was raped. I told you guys the story before how when I was a baby, I was probably 1 year old. This guy pulled up next to my mom and my brother in the car with her, and he flashed his lights at her at night, and she thought that she was having car problems or something. And she pulled over, and he grabbed her out of the car with a knife, and he raped her. And she went to trial, and she had him convicted, and he did a long prison sentence. And shit like this just makes me want to, I can't even fucking say it. I watch true crimes all the time. Like, old women get raped all the time. It does not matter what you look like. Rapists don't give a fuck. It's not even about that. Like, what is wrong with this guy? And not just, I understand what's wrong with him. I understand it's all about money. I understand the more vile he is, the more money he makes, because this is what conservatives reward. What I want to know is, what is wrong with you conservatives? I ask this all the time. I mean, I know the answer. I know you're just lowlights, you're bottom feeders. But also, obviously, it's not fucking true. They just made a whole documentary about the sexual abuse that Victoria's Secret's models go through. Victoria's Secret's founding is directly tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Here's one article from Yahoo. Models slam disturbing Victoria's Secret claims of sexual alleged rape and sex trafficking. Very common in the modeling world. He didn't even Google it. That's the crazy part. And this documentary that just came out about this just came out like 2 weeks ago. It's brand fucking new, but of course it doesn't matter. He doesn't want to tell the truth. He doesn't have to tell the truth because he's rewarded for not telling the truth, for being trash. Just like Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, who is the governor right now, as the mostly black citizens of Jackson, Mississippi have just returned to having normal drinking water because of how they've misused all the funds that they have been given to fix those problems. And so he has nothing to say about how millions of dollars from the welfare fund was given to Brett Favre by his predecessor. But he's going to shit on left-leaning people who want to make our society more sustainable so that global warming doesn't destroy humanity. And here he is, with no hint of irony, no self-awareness, no self-respect, shitting on left-wing ideologies for this.
Environmental justice and equity. The left loves these buzzwords that represent really only one thing: a massive transfer of wealth from working Americans to left-wing ideologues.
That's right. This dude's real concerned about the massive transfer of wealth from the working people to the rich, which is literally what the Republican Party was created for. Literally what they spend every goddamn waking second to do. Literally what the Brett Favre case is about. It wasn't just Brett Favre who got all that money. Lots of rich motherfuckers got money out of the fund meant to help the poorest and most vulnerable in Mississippi, Tate Reeves. But instead of getting up there and talking about that, he's going to show the left who are just trying to save the world for our children. Because of course he is. There is no bottom they can't reach. There is no low they will not stoop to. This is who they are. I'm Tate Reeves. I'm the governor of Mississippi. Just goddamn this fucking state. Did you guys see Trump's disastrous interview with Fox News? So like just last week, he was on the golf course with his good buddy Sean Hannity. I guess they were setting up this softball interview where he could answer all the questions in a very friendly atmosphere and try to make himself look good, but he still didn't make himself look good. He's clearly got some kind of cognitive impairments. If you watch videos just from 10 years ago, it's a completely different dude. He's just rambling nonsense now. But here he is claiming that he has magical powers and he can just declassify everything in the world just by thinking about it. Hey, I just declassified 4 or 5 things just now. I'm declassifying all kinds of shit. I just declassified all you guys' dick pics from Facebook. I'm going to show them to everybody because I have the Trump magical powers.
So let me ask you this question, because I think this is the next logical question, because the president of the United States, you, unlike, say, Hillary Clinton in her case, right, a president has the power to declassify.
Correct.
Okay. You had said on Truth Social a number of times you did declassify.
I did declassify, yes.
Okay. Is there a process? What was your process to declassify?
There doesn't have to be a process, as I understand it. And, you know, there's different people say different things, but as I understand, there doesn't have to be. If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it. And there doesn't have to be a process. There can be a process, but there doesn't have to be. You're the president. You make that decision. So when you send it, it's declassified. I declassified everything. Now, I declassified things, and we were having a lot of problems with NARA. You know, NARA is a radical left group of people.
Let's talk about librarians, the National Archives. He's demonizing librarians now, of course.
Running that thing, and when you send documents over there, I would say there's a very good chance that a lot of those documents will never be seen again.
Yeah, it's the National Archives who are the problem. They're hiding documents. Hey, I was just saving the documents so people could see them. I didn't steal classified documents. I was preserving them for the American people against those evil librarians of the National Archives. So really, if you think about it, I'm a hero, y'all. Are you buying this?
There's also a lot of speculation because of what they did, the severity of the FBI coming and raiding Mar-a-Lago. Were they looking for the Hillary Clinton emails?
And this part should be insulting to literally anybody with a brain. But that's the point. This isn't meant for people with a brain. This is meant for Trump supporters who will literally just believe anything out of this guy's mouth, no matter how absurd it is. They were looking for Hillary's emails at Mar-a-Lago.
Speculation because of what they did, the severity of the FBI coming and raiding Mar-a-Lago. Were they looking for the Hillary Clinton emails that were deleted, but they are around someplace? Were they looking for the spying on Trump's?
You're not saying you had it.
No, they may be saying, they may have thought that it was in there.
Okay.
And a lot of people said the only thing that would give the kind of severity that they showed by actually coming in and raiding with many, many people is the Hillary Clinton deal, the Russia.
So obviously this is just so absurd, so unbelievably unreal absurd that it doesn't seem like anybody could possibly believe it. But he just wants to distract. He just wants to have an excuse to say, her emails, think of Hillary's emails. I got to bring up the emails so you think about it, even though I know that no one with half a brain could possibly believe what I'm saying. Still, her emails, that's the only playbook they have, folks. It's so transparent and pathetic, but it still works against on the base of the cult members who still follow him. And yep, he got that magical power, y'all. Blink. He got to wiggle his nose like Samantha on Bewitched. Declassified. I can't wiggle my nose, but you know, I just declassified it all, folks. And also, if he declassified it, don't we get to see it now? Don't we get to see all the nuclear secrets and stuff? He declassified it. It's public record, isn't it? Why did he just release it to the public if he declassified it? You know, you think he would have done that if he was serious and being honest. And what is this one? Oh, yeah, folks. Now QAnon is mad at Trump again, which is kind of hilarious. So you guys remember Trump has been leaning into the whole QAnon thing. He's been sharing all kinds of QAnon videos and memes and stories on his True Social account. And he actually had a picture of him in a QAnon pin at one of his last rallies. He had some QAnon music playing in the background. And then all the QAnon people were like giving their little one symbol, which somebody said was the symbol for Q. I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess the optics of it were really fucking bad because he has banned the one-finger Q salute now. Trump had staffers wearing black pants and olive shirts in his rally last night, shutting down MAGA supporters who wanted to give the one-finger QAnon salute. Rally goers were pissed. Could Trump have actually realized it's not a good look for him? Yeah, no shit. He got roundly mocked for it. It's hard to claim you're not a cult leader when that kind of shit happens. So this is what you thrown your weight behind, Q. He'll throw you under the goddamn bus in a heartbeat. You were only there to be used, and when you're no longer of worth, you get thrown in the dumpster like everybody else in Trump's life. And here's the crowd who continuously tells us that the number one thing they fear is child indoctrination. They're grooming your kids to be on the left. Okay, groomer. Here's Trump's right-hand man currently. Another guy Trump will throw under the bus as soon as there's a reason to. But for now, he's all friendly with Kash Patel, who has a really creepy fucking children's book. Let's look at this shit.
That the
It's called something about the king. Trump is a king in it. A book made for children talking about how January 6th was caused by Antifa and Trump is a king. That they want to have in every fucking school, in every library, all across the country.
Topics that the administrative national security state never wanted us to touch. Russiagate and election rigging. We are bringing.
It's the plot against the king. 2,000 Mules. Because what kid doesn't want to read a book about 2,000 Mules? Ooh, that's a page turner. Kid's going to be going to bed at night. They're going to be, Daddy, Daddy, can you read me the 2,000 Mules book again? And they're like, again? I've already read it to you 40 times. They'll be like, but I just love the King Trump parts. I just love how the mules went to all the drop boxes and dropped up all the votes, Daddy. Please read it to me, Daddy. Yeah, not creepy at all. Anyway.
The touch. Russiagate and election rigging, we are bringing the truth in an apolitical fashion out for the American public, for adults, for children, and as President Trump has kindly and generously stated on Truth Social, his mission is to get this book into every school board, and every library in America. Go to plotagainsttheking.com.
That's right, but indoctrination bad, folks. Horrible, but also make every kid on earth read this bullshit propaganda book. Who you calling a hypocrite? And folks, this is kind of an older video, but it's been re-released and it's amazing, and I'm going to show it to you again. They all knew. All these sacks of shit knew from the very beginning exactly what Trump was all about, and they didn't care. They don't care about this country. All they care about is power.
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy.
They all knew who Donald Trump was.
Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing. The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever seen.
And my concern is that he would grab up that power and really treat the country as sort of his little bully fiefdom.
Donald Trump is everything I taught my children not to do in kindergarten.
He's been exploiting working Americans for 40 years.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He says he's for the little guy, but he's actually built a lot of his businesses on the backs of the little guy.
Kellyanne Conway.
You know, Donald Trump the other day said that, it, quote, if he tells a soldier to commit a war crime, the soldier will just go do it.
Mike Pompeo.
And I don't think Donald Trump has even read the Constitution, knows what's in the Constitution.
Glenn Beck.
A toxic mix of demagoguery and mean-spiritedness and nonsense.
Rick Barry.
I just cannot support Donald Trump.
Susan Collins.
Donald Trump is a delusional narcissist and an orange-faced windbag.
Donald Trump is a con artist.
He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
They all knew. And they all know now. They absolutely do. And they don't care. Want to talk about cucks. Anything for power. Now they know. They have to kiss his ass to keep their power. And they will do it. Spread those big fat ass cheeks apart. Get all up in there. There's the Superman, the tough man. I'm a rugged individual. I don't follow nobody. Just absolutely as pathetic as you can possibly get. Spineless weenies. And speaking of spineless weenies, Teddy Daniels. All these gravy seals of Mill Team 6. A MAGA candidate who ran for lieutenant governor in Pennsylvania and lost, of course. He mad, y'all. It's not fair that I got less votes. So what we got to do is we got to make sure that white people who own lots of lands in rural areas have their votes counted more.
You know, even if you look at congressional races to where you may have one city in a congressional district and the rest is all rural, all a candidate has to do is go win that city. That's it. They have to win the biggest population.
Oh my, you mean they have to get the most amount of votes? That's all you have to do to win is get the most amount of votes? That's terrible. Are you telling me that they let blacks and brown people's votes count as much as everybody else? Oh my God. They don't though. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but they don't even count as much.
Base, and they can say screw it to the rest of that district and they win. That's how they get it done, folks, at least in congressional races. And then the same thing would end up happening in a presidential race with the Electoral College. You take a look at governor races, Senate races. Candidates only need to win the big cities in their states. You win the big cities, you win the election. Folks, I hate to say it, but rural America truly does not have much of a say anymore. Okay, we need to do something to change the system to where, for instance, I live in Pennsylvania, to where Philadelphia does not dictate to the rest of the state who our senators going to be or who our governor's going to be. But unfortunately, that's what happens. That's where the brain-dead liberal population resides. You have Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. And those two cities dictate to the entire state who your representative is going to be.
Yep. Let's let white landowners have their votes counted more, and they already do, folks. People ask me, hey, institutionalized racism doesn't actually exist. Can you give me one example? I can give you a lot of examples, but all I need to give you one really good example, and that's the presidency of the United States. Because of the Electoral College, the system set up to give slave states more power to further disenfranchise black folks, brown folks, minorities. It's exactly what it was created for. Still has that same effect because there's a few states that have lower populations whose votes literally count more. Statistically, black folks and Mexicans folks count several percentage points less than white folks do in this country because of the Electoral College. Your vote literally counts less if you're black because of the geography of where you live in this country. It already happens. You can't get a better example of systemic racism than that, than your vote literally counting less if you're black or brown because of where you live. So you already got it, folks, but it's not enough for him. He wants even more. Hey, let's just have a landowner's vote count 5 times. Why not? They own land. Their vote should count more. No. Your money can't vote. Your geography can't vote. One person, one vote. We got to get rid of the Electoral College. Like, I don't understand why the Democrats don't focus harder on eliminating the Electoral College. They would never lose an election again, most likely. They've only lost one election by the popular vote in the last 30 years. Why don't they focus on this? Just doesn't make any sense. Maybe they will. Maybe if we push them hard enough, they'll get on the fucking ball. But all they have, folks, is fear and lies. All they have is accusing the other side of doing exactly what they're doing. Now, we know conservatives are whiny, piss baby snowflakes about everything. Every week it's something new they're mad about. Oh, the Pixar movie had 2 women kisses. Boycott. Oh my God, the She-Ra cartoons, boobs aren't big enough. Boycott. Oh my God, Captain Marvel has a badass woman in it. Boycott. Oh my God, Ariel is black. Boycott. There's never a day goes by where they don't find some ridiculous bullshit to bitch about and cry about. Yet they turn around and claim that we are the snowflakes that care about things like Dr. Seuss, which none of us did. That was the family that published the books that did that. Mr. Potato Head, not a single one of us gave a shit about it. That was Mattel, the company, did that because they wanted to rebrand to make more money. So here's John Kennedy out there talking about how the left is so uber woke. We're obsessed with Mr. Potato Head and hating on Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson. Every accusation is a confession for conservatives.
It's not exactly a news flash that President Biden has appointed thousands of uber wokers to his administration.
Do they drive Uber? Is that what you're saying?
To his administration. Wokers are easy to recognize. They hate George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Dr. Seuss, and Mr. Potato Head.
Who the fuck is Dr. Seuss? Is that the doctor on Mount Olympus that throws lightning bolts? Anyway, it's easy to tell who the wokers are. They the ones that hate Dr. Dick. God damn it, conservatives. All you do is elect trash, embarrassing fucking trash. But I guess, hey, you want people to represent you, right? You're electing representatives in your image, so I can kind of understand that. And don't worry, folks. I know we've all been super worried that Republicans don't actually have any plans. They don't have any policy positions. All they have is fear-mongering, distractions, and lies. But you're wrong. Finally, Kevin McCarthy has come out with his genius plan to win America back that's chock full of details, exactly what they're going to do. Let's have a listen.
With the Democrats, because they control Washington. They control the House, the Senate, the White House. They control the committees. They control the agencies. It's their plan, but they have no plan to fix all the problems they created. So you know what? We've created a commitment to America.
Oh, my. Finally, yes! A commitment to America. Wow. Wow, that sounds important and effective.
We're going to talk about it today.
Please do.
We want an economy that is strong.
Okay, how are you going to do that? Obviously, everybody wants an economy that's strong. What are the specific details to make that happen, sir?
That means you can fill up your tank.
Uh-huh. How?
You can buy the groceries.
Okay.
You have enough money left over to go to Disneyland. And
okay, I thought Disneyland was woke and you guys hated that now, but okay, fine. How? No details? None?
Disneyland and save for a future. That the paychecks grow, they no longer shrink.
Uh-huh. Why didn't you guys do this before? Why did you do this when Trump was in power? He was in power for like 4 years. Why didn't you guys do all that shit? What are you even talking about?
We have a plan.
What is it?
For a nation that's safe.
Okay, good. Everybody wants a nation that's safe. What is your plan?
It means your community will be protected.
Uh-huh.
Your law enforcement will be respected.
So you're going to force us to respect law enforcement? How are you going to do that? How are you going to make me respect these fat fucking cops going around there handcuffing people in the back of cars on train tracks, huh? Explain that to me.
Your criminals will be prosecuted.
So Donald Trump? Oh, no. You mean black criminals. Okay, I got you.
We believe in a future that's built on freedom.
Okay, we all do.
That your children come first.
Okay, good.
They're taught to dream big.
Okay, we're going to teach your children to dream big. Oh, man, this is a really serious policy proposal, isn't it?
And we believe in a check and balance.
Uh-huh.
That government should be accountable. No
to
longer
you?
Special interest. We should work for you, not the other way around
but you don't.
It is today.
So nothing, no details, just wind from the mouth fart of conservative bullshit artist. And speaking of conservative bullshit artists, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Apparently she mad because sometimes they have to work late hours in Congress. Oh my, I dare you have to do your job a little bit longer. So of course you got to call Nancy Pelosi and Democrats night creatures and witches because they work late. Ted Lieu owned her, but before he owns her, let's listen. I apologize for her voice, but I'm not responsible for it.
And then, you know how you have to stay up late at night in college and you're creaming for a test? And
Okay, did she just say she's creaming for a test?
college and you're creaming for a test?
That sounds like she said she's creaming for a one more time. Creaming? Or did you cream on your test? I think you're taking the test wrong.
in college and you're creaming for a test and you're
I heard
studying
creaming.
and you're trying to get ready and prepared for your test or your exam or a report.
Did you go to college?
Or writing a paper. And so you're up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, guess what? Nancy Pelosi will keep us in the House chamber voting sometimes until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Good.
We never start the day early like most people when you go to work or school, you know.
You mean you don't? Because they abso-fucking-lutely do.
Normal times, like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. No, that never happens. And I couldn't figure out why. And I'm like, well, maybe it's just because they're kind of night creatures, like witches and vampires and ghouls.
At least they're not cave woman. So easy a cave woman could do it. And like, these are conservative Congress people, they think they're stand-up comedians. All they have is bad fucking stand-up now. All they do is travel the country and do performance art. It's really weird. But as Ted Lieu corrected her, dear Representative MTG, last Tuesday we had a bipartisan classified briefing about Ukraine at 8 a.m. Did you even attend? I attended because I'm a new class of woke vampire where I can move around in daylight. Very powerful. Ooh, burn. But yeah, I'm sure you don't show up early to work, Marjorie Taylor Greene, but that doesn't mean other people don't. Way to tell on yourself. And more Nick Fuentes, folks. I hate to even fucking. All right. Real quick.
We need to have something like a white uprising, politically speaking, gain control of social media, maybe just get rid of Congress altogether after that happens. Here's the pathway. We have one more election where white people can make the decision. The white people got to make the right decision, and then Trump's got to get in there and never leave. That, to me, at this point, is a pathway. So it's time to shut up, elect Trump one more time, and then stop having elections.
I mean, like I said, I know he's just an edgelord and will say anything to be edgy, but that literally is their plan. That's what they tried to do last time. That's exactly what they're trying to do this time. So those saying, oh my God, Joe Biden was so divisive for saying they're trying to destroy democracy. They're literally telling you they're trying to destroy democracy. And this is a man who featured Marjorie Taylor Greene at his convention. The most popular conservative congresswoman hanging out with white supremacist booger-eating Nick Fuentes, who's openly talking about destroying democracy and putting Trump as a dictator. They're just telling you, folks. And one more, folks. Like I said, another example of how all they do is try to think of the most edgy thing they can say. They are not about shit. Their words don't mean anything. They don't actually have any thoughts in their head except for, how can I be edgy? How can I get attention? How can I own the libs? How can I make people upset? Here's Lauren Chen, who retweeted People magazine, who posted, Trump-endorsed candidate argued against women's suffrage in college. That's women having the right to vote. To which Lauren Chen says, based. It's so based. Thinking about taking the vote away from women. Aren't I so edgy and cool? But they will reward her for this, folks. It doesn't matter. The more like a piece of trash you behave, the more rewarded you get by conservatives, because this is who they are. And that's my Chud Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nick Fuentes, have you ever had a real job? Still living in his parents' basement last time I heard, and that's not supposed to be an insult. That's supposed to be just a true statement. And then Trump lives forever. He definitely looks like a walking heart attack. Wouldn't be surprised if he killed over any second now. Does Nick's mom interrupt his podcast frequently? I think she may. She got to bring him like cookies and milk. Help fuel his racism. That was intense. It always is. Welcome to the Dusty Smith Show. That's the reason that it's the greatest show in the history of mankind. I bring the good show, and who loves overtime, motherfuckers? You do. I see you out there raising your hand. All of you love overtime. You know you do. So reward me. Super chat me. Gonna read all of them at halftime, but we still are not halftime. At the end of the show. But folks, look at how much show we have left. We are right here now. We are right here. This much. Still got plenty of show to go. So reward me for it. But now, Beyond Parody! And I love Beyond Parody because we always get to watch clips from the good liars. And as I always say, the whole Trump thing is a cult. But also at the same time, most of these people in the Trump cult don't actually believe a word they're saying. They're not about anything at all. They just want to convince you that they believe it, when the truth is they're not about anything. They're just pieces of fucking shit who want to hurt people, who want to destroy our society, and anything they can do and say to make that happen, they'll do. Case in point, here's the good liars interviewing a guy at a Trump rally.
You think JFK Jr. could speak at this rally tonight?
We don't know who's playing Trump at the moment. It could be JFK. It could be Jr.
Like actually wearing a costume.
It's actually Hollywood costume makeup. I mean, top notch that you can't even tell in front of you. You couldn't tell it was not Trump if it wasn't Trump.
Where is Donald Trump?
He's protected. He's king of the world. You saw the passing of the arms over in UAE, didn't you? United Arab Arab Emirates, where they handed him the sword, the passing of the sword. Only the king touches that sword.
I think I missed that.
Yes.
You think JFK
That's
Jr.
right,
could
folks.
speak at the...
Saudi Arabia made Trump the king of the world because, you know, if one person had that power, it would be Saudi Arabia. And maybe at tonight's rally, it's 102-year-old JFK Jr. just in Trump makeup, acting like Trump. Who knows? Probably. I'm just saying probably. I'm not saying it's absolutely true. I'm just saying it's probably true. But who knows if this guy actually believes a word of this. They're all so fucking creepy and weird. And here's another example. Here's the level they're at, folks. Trump, he's the smartest man I ever knew. He's a genius. I so respect that man. I can't believe how smart he is. Yeah, anybody's smart compared to you, dude.
I'm going to tell you why I support President Trump. He is a problem solver. In fact, I'm amazed of his genius.
Look how slow he's talking. I'm amazed at his genius. I'm pretty sure you'd be amazed at fucking anything, dude. You'd be like, how do TVs work? Oh my God, what is going on? Magic! Of course, I can't talk. TVs are magic to me too, so I'm right there with you, Gomer. And then, on the Beyond Parody, more good liars, and finally, a Brandon shirt I would wear.
All right, get your Let's Fuck Brandon shirts here. Looking for a Let's Fuck Brandon shirt?
What?
Let's Fuck Brandon? You wouldn't wear it?
Not really.
Why not?
It's not in the word.
Which word? Brandon? Tell them what you want to do, everybody. Let's go. We got the new Let's Fuck Brandon shirts.
There you go.
You guys want to sell them here? You interested in buying one?
Yeah. How much?
$30. Thank you so much. We'll shake on it.
Sweet deal.
Let's show it off. Let's fuck Brandon.
Let's fuck Brandon.
All right, get your...
Finally, dark Brandon, kind of sexy, I gotta say. I might rail Brandon, but I'd be the top Brandon. No penises in my booty hole, dark Brandon. Just saying. But ooh, I'd tear that booty hole up, Brandon. Anyway, I guess that's not Beyond Parody. That's sort of a parody, but still funny. And then, this chick back. And, folks, you guys know what gematria is, or gematria, or whatever the fuck it is? That's where numbers mean words and letters. And she got it all figured out. She decoded the matrix. Let's learn by her genius.
When it came out, it was Corona, right?
Uh-huh.
Corona.
Mm-hmm.
Corona is 6 letters.
Yeah, that's true.
When you use gematria and you say A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and you put Corona lined out at 666. So that's 666. But we found
Wait. You said it was 66. 66 is not 666. Already got a flaw in your logic there, but go ahead.
6. But we found that out. So they're saying the white wing crazies found it out, so they changed it to COVID-19.
Yeah, it was discovered in 2019. There are other variations of it that were discovered in other years that are named other things based on the year they were discovered.
Which is C. What is this? C, right?
Cunt?
To C, yeah.
To C, okay.
Ovid. Look it up.
Look it up, folks. Look it up. Spoiler alert. I did look this up, and it's not true.
Ovid means sheep.
Ovid does not mean sheep.
19, military code for surrender.
19 is not a military code for surrender.
Sheep, surrender.
Oh my God, she figured it out,
no
folks.
joke.
What?
That's no joke, folks. Real life. She just educated all you dumbasses. Oh, what's this? Fact check. COVID-19 does not mean see a sheep surrender. Oh, okay. I am so shocked. Yeah. The Post makes the claim that Ovid means sheep in Latin, the C means to see, in an unspecified ancient language, and that 19 was the so-called number of surrender in ancient times. Some examples of the claim, fucking mosquitoes, here and here. Anyway, Ovid, the word for sheep in Latin is ovis, not Ovid. In the English-speaking world, Ovid often refers to Publius Ovidius Naso, a Roman poet who lived in the 1st century. C, the standalone letter C, does not refer to the verb to see in an ancient language, which one original poster clarifies as Latin and Roman in a comment. Number 19, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica's entry on the number symbology, the number 19 was considered unlucky for ancient Babylonians. While in Islamic numerology, the number could be considered an important name for God, no search results that point to the number's significance cite historical evidence, by any ancient civilization. 19 is used as a mystical number by Stephen King, making an appearance in multiple books. Dark Tower series. I got fucking a mosquito flying around me. They've been eating my ass, and not in a good way like Alex Jones does. But fuck all mosquitoes. This is my electric floss water. Anyway, I can't believe she told me to look it up. That's where you went wrong right there, lady, because I do look stuff up. That's sort of my entire fucking job, so that was bad on you. Don't challenge me. And then on Beyond Parody, today in Republicans. First off, the White House GOP rolled out its agenda today, which I just shared with you a little bit of, and they kicked it off with an inauspicious start. A quote falsely attributed to Abraham Lincoln that is actually a quote from an old Lehman Brothers ad, because of course it is. They're such fucking jokes. And then a new House Republicans just rolled out their official Commitment to America plan for 2023 with an inspirational video chock full of scenes presented as exceptional imagery of America. But they are actually stock footage from Russia and Ukraine. Oopsies! There's your iconic American imagery. It's Russia, but hey, they want us to be Russia, so maybe they're just being honest. Truth in advertising. Good on you, Republicans. Finally being honest for once. And then, you guys hear about this Trump-supported candidate who lied about his military service? This is not in the right order. Where's the first one? Nope, that's not it. Where's the first one? Anyway, here he is talking about. No, that's not it. God damn it, Dusty. Work it out. All right, here we go.
The inquiry states, we show one deployment to Qatar from May 2002 to November 2002. What he did, meaning me, or where he may have went from that location, we do not have visibility on. In fact, the orders and the military records that I've been able to obtain from my personal files shows that all of my deployments are listed as classified. This was a strategically placed, to crush me and defame me with a fake.
That's right, folks. I didn't lie. The reason there's no records of any of this is because it was classified. Well, why didn't you just have Trump go blink and declassify it? Then you could have proved you weren't a liar. Come on, Trump endorsed you. You had the magical powers right there at your disposal, dude. What the fuck? So the next thing you know, Republicans yank ad from Ohio House candidate who lied about military record. Yep. Another one of these doughy fucking gravy seals. Stolen Fowler. Typical for a Republican. Not sending their best to Congress. And I love it because you're going to lose miserably. And then, I don't know, the Beyond Parody. Oh, yeah, here you got it. I already showed you that one. All right. Despite slavery not being abolished until the 13th Amendment in 1865, Herschel Walker implied that the Founding Fathers, through the Constitution, apologized for past racial injustices. You know, the Founding Fathers who were slave owners, who specifically wrote down that black people are only worth 3/5 of a white person and still couldn't vote, even though you're worth 3/5. You still can't vote, but somehow this was their love letter to black folks apologizing for slavery, because of course it was if you're a walking concussion.
He told us, he said, America need to apologize for their whiteness. I said, first of all, read the Constitution. Our forefathers apologized when they said every man is to be treated fair. That's an apology. Quit going backwards. He's taking us back. But we got to quit listening to him. We got to quit listening to him. We need people that's not afraid to tell him it's time for you to step back. And if you don't do it, we're going to lose this country.
That's right. The Founding Fathers, they might have had slavery. I was going to do a voice making fun of him, but I'm afraid that may come off as racist. And I'm not making fun of him for being black. I'm making fun of him for being a fucking moron. But I won't do any kind of voice just in case don't want to do that. But he dumb. That's the whole point of this. Another one of these fucking morons conservatives trying to send to Congress. They always send the lowest common denominator because they want people that reflect them. This is who they are. This is who they see themselves are. And they love it when an idiot can fucking make it to the highest levels of government. Because it's like, if this guy can make it, we can make it. So, yeah. Uncle Ruckus, that's racist. Not going to say any of those words anymore. Dusty, slowly but surely learning his lessons about things. Good thing I learned it when I'm still young. Shut the fuck up. And all right, any more? I lost my place talking trash to you motherfuckers. Where I'm at? Nope. Where am I at? God damn it. The fuck am I at? Okay. Sheep, Trump, Republicans. This one. Okay, here we go. Boom! Dark Brandon owning motherfuckers. I love to see it. So Senator Ted Cruz goes out there. The Ports to Plains Highway will run from Laredo all the way up to North Dakota and into Canada. This project will bring jobs to Texas, millions of dollars to the state, a great bipartisan victory, to which the White House says Senator Cruz voted against this. Yep, just like Dark Brandon said. They're shameless. Bless their heart. Don't have no shame. Exactly what they are. Imagine having no self-respect whatsoever. Imagine being this low. You'll vote against something and then go take credit for it. But like I said, Texans don't give a shit. Texans don't care if he votes against it and then brags about it. They're still going to elect this con-ass motherfucker anyway because they're trash. Oh, and Kanye, so this is so typically fucking American. We got a guy who is a Trump supporter, a billionaire, is opening his own school and then bragging that he's never read a book in his life, which has led some people to wonder, is Kanye West illiterate? Probably. Kanye West shared that he is repulsed by literature, comparing books to a vegetable often despised by children. During a new episode of the Allo Mindful podcast that aired Friday, the outspoken rapper told Allo Dennis Harris and Allison Wilson that he's never read any literature and prefers speaking instead. I actually haven't read any book, West said. Reading is like eating Brussels sprouts for me, and talking is like getting a Giorgio Baldi corn ravioli. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but it sounds disgusting. So he just started a school that he makes everybody, the parents, and I guess the students too, sign a non-disclosure agreement before they can attend the school. So, you know, no creepy ass weird shit is being covered up there by the guy opening a school that has never read a fucking book. Totally normal, America. God damn it, we should be proud. What an amazing country this has turned into. And then, fellows, is it a communist to be a decent human? I think it might be. I'm going to skip this one. Fuck that one. Let's continue on. Let's go on to shitting on Jimmy Dore. So first off, here's Jimmy Dore's right-hand man. Basically his co-host these days. This is Jackson Hinkle. So as I pointed out to you guys multiple times before, they're all conservatives. This is the same grift they've been doing forever. This is the Sargon grift where all they do is shit on the left all day long but pretend they're doing it from the left. Yeah, we're shitting on the left, but we're actually lefties ourselves. We're not conservatives, while their entire fan base is nothing but conservatives. And all they do is shill for conservatives all day long. All they do is spread conservative right-wing talking points all day long. But at the same time claiming, hey, we're not conservatives, we're on the left. So they're giving up the game too much now. Somehow they have to justify the fact that they're continuously shitting on the left without putting that same critical eye on the right. And they have to somehow explain away the fact that their entire fan bases, their entire audience, their entire support system are all right-wing shitheads. So how do you explain that away? By somehow claiming that you're a MAGA communist. So here is Jackson Hinkle out on the OAN network trying to spread the concept of MAGA communism in order to explain away this obvious, transparent bullshit.
You know, I came across you most recently with the trending hashtag MAGA communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag, MAGA communism, and be a little bit confused. So I'm going to let you explain what that means, because I don't think you're a communist, Jackson.
He's not.
Well, I actually am a communist, but at the end of the day, communists have a lot of the same goals as working class Americans made up in the MAGA movement. We want more prosperity for average Americans. We want to end big tech. We want to end big agriculture, big pharma. We want to stop the monopolies and the subsidization of monopolies all across America. And we want
literally no MAGA is for that. Therefore, unbridled, unfettered capitalism in every goddamn way. You ever talk to them? They're like, what we have now is crony capitalism. We need just pure capitalism. What are you talking about, dude?
to reinstill patriotic education in this country.
Well,
we don't want to
reinstill patriotic education in this country. Scary.
Instill patriotic education in this country. We don't want open borders. We don't want, a green fascist push amongst our people.
Fuck trying to save the environment from global warming that's going to destabilize and kill hundreds of millions of people. We're against that. Totally communist.
Things that we support because we are average Americans as well. And the synthetic leftists today, the Democratic Party and the so-called progressives, they're far close, though they might call themselves socialists, they're far closer aligned with, the quote-unquote national socialists in Nazi Germany than any sort of,
That's right. Weren't the Nazis actually socialist? No, they weren't, dude.
Socialism that we see unfolding of true industrialization in, say, China today or the Soviet Union. And though, average American.
Why does he say the Soviet Union like that? Good God, you're a dork. But holy shit, of course, he's going to shill for both China and Russia. Imagine in this day and age with what's going on right now, shilling for fucking Russia.
In, say, China today or the Soviet Union. And though, average Americans can have many disputes and concerns over the Soviet Union or China today, we have to recognize that these are two countries that chose industrialization over the World Economic Forum path today that's pushing depopulation and degrowth. So we as communists want to unite with MAGA voters and finish the job of Donald Trump, which is, uprooting liberalism from America and getting the globalists out of the MAGA movement, because there's so many globalists that are trying to co-opt the MAGA movement and bring about neoconservatism in the MAGA movement. We need to do away with that. We need to do away with people like John Bolton and Mike Pompeo and make sure that this is truly a working class movement.
That's right, folks. Nothing says left wing like Trump supporting. We want to join together with Trump supporters, but we're totally on the left, yo. So then after he shilled MAGA communism everywhere, he went on Jimmy Dore's show, and even Jimmy Dore is like, you might have gone too far. You're giving away the game a little bit too much there, Jackson. We're trying to pretend we're still on the left while pushing this grift on the idiots that support us. You're not supposed to give the game away this much. I think maybe you've gone a little too far, letting people know what we're talking about backstage here.
Okay, somehow you're going to get me in trouble, Jackson. I don't know how, but somehow you're going to wreck everything. I just feel it. But
somehow you gotta wreck our grift. Oh my God, people are gonna catch on if you keep doing this, Jackson. They looks nervous, dude. But literally, only the biggest idiots are still falling for this grift to begin with. So they don't care. You're still gonna have them, Jimmy Dore. Don't worry. The fucking moronic sheep are still gonna support you regardless. So relax, Jimmy. You got it in the bag. All you gotta do is keep lying, keep grifting, keep shilling for Russia and China. You'll be fine. Next up on the Beyond Parody. One American news anchor, Allison Steinberg, defended praising a person for destroying plant-based meat alternatives at the grocery store. Yeah, here's the law and order, people. Don't break the law. Just do what you're told. Just follow orders. You'll be fine. But, oh my God, you're destroying store foods? You're harming the store's profits? Awesome. As long as it's a product I don't like. And look, another example of how the cruelty is the point. All they want to do is try to hurt people and they get off on it so bad. Watch how unlikable she is.
But the reason I bring all of this up is because I recently posted a meme, and well, of course, it didn't really go over too well with the liberals. In fact, they were outraged. Check it out. Someone on Instagram said they destroyed about $6,000 or $7,000 of Beyond Meat or equivalents by slicing the packages open and just walking on. Now, I thought this was hilarious, so I reposted it and I said, "Not all heroes wear capes," because, well, it's funny. But of course, in typical lefty fashion, my joke triggered a bunch of liberals.
My joke triggered a bunch of liberals. Just, goddamn, they're so fake. Everything about her fake. Her lips, her boobs, her face, her attitude. Just nothing unique or original about her whatsoever. And that on Beyond. Okay. I got it out of order, folks. I had some... I don't want to bore you with my problems, but I had some personal shit going on. Partially why I missed my last show. And it kind of postponed me putting the show together. So this is the guy earlier who lied about his military service. And here's a video he put out. This is why I put it in the Beyond Parody. Here's a video he put out for his campaign before he got caught with the whole stolen valor bullshit.
Woke and force us to get the vax. Taking pictures with the Pope will get us to all relax. Not to book for fun and dementia, it's a serious disease. But come on, man, squeeze your cheeks when you sneeze. Joe is focused on ice cream while he's crapping his pants. We want our dreams and our freedom. This is our last chance. This the hill we die on. This the line in the sand. We leave no one on the battlefield. United we stand. Provided we fall, we need to finish the wall. They want to raise all our taxes. We done with them all. A rendezvous with destiny. Take the house in 22. Just try to put a mask on me. You'll see red, white, and blue. Woke and force us.
Right, try to put a mask on me. I'll murder you all. I'm in peak physical shape. Dude, I would just like walk slowly away from you if you try to fuck with me. You would just die of exhaustion in no time, you fat doughy fuck. Good God, they're so cringe in every goddamn way. Crazy. And it's been a cringe, Tucker Carlson. Talk about Beyond Parody, folks. Now, I know they're just trolling. I know they don't believe anything they say, but sometimes it even surprises me that with a straight face they can say things like this.
6 weeks, for goodness sake. So yeah, this election is critical when it comes to America's freedoms, liberties, and the Bill of Rights.
I think you're right. I'm not a huge booster of the Republican Party or anything, but I'm certainly rooting for them this time. I'm
not a huge booster of the Republican Party. I mean, yeah, that's all I do with my show 100% of the time is suck Republicans' dick and try to make sure they get elected, but I'm not a big booster, even though it's literally my entire job. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer saying, I'm not a big fan of cannibalism. It's gross. I sure enjoy eating a few people from time to time, but cannibalism, not for it. Like, what the fuck? How is this real life right now? Just, it's crazy. And Chet Hanks, man, I don't think Chet Hanks doing that well. So he had some kind of family event. Chet Hanks is Tom Hanks' black sheep son. The other one, Colin Hanks, that's the good one. He an actor. Chet apparently got no talent, wasn't able to do anything with his life. So his entire life, he's just Chet Hanks, Tom Hanks' loser fucking son. And that has to have negative effects on the psyche, right? Can't be good for you mentally. So he's at some kind of family-friendly conservative event, and he clearly on some bad drugs and just rambling, going off, cussing. People getting mad at him, but he's so tough. He don't give a fuck if you don't like it or not. He just speaking the truth, y'all. I'm Tom Hanks' son.
And you guys got a problem with the word God? Raise your hand if you got a problem with the word God. You got a problem with the word God? Get the fuck over yourself. I mean that with love, brother.
Get the fuck over yourself. I'll beat the shit out of you. I will kill you where you stand. But I mean that with love. I love you. I will love you to death as I'm stomping your face in with my boot.
If you want to drink fucking knockoff RC Cola or real motherfucking Coke, every step that led me to here on this stage talking to you guys It's through the grace of God.
So the parents are asking him to please stop swearing at the family event.
You guys, it's through the grace of God. Yeah, okay. Take your kids. Watch your fucking mouth. Come on up here, buddy. I don't think you can. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm used to this shit, you guys. Pardon my language for the children, but I speak from the heart and I speak bluntly. If you don't want your children to be exposed to profanity, then just take them somewhere else right now, respectfully. Well, I didn't share that with anybody. I tried to blend in and not have anybody. I never advertised that shit. I didn't want anybody to know because I just wanted to be treated like everybody else. But I'm telling you now, and if you guys are looking at me right now and you're thinking, oh man, he probably thinks he's so much fucking better than me. Fuck this guy. Like that kook that was up here a few seconds ago. I don't care.
So what he said right there was transphobic. He's making fun of a trans performer who was there a second. So he's calling him a kook, obviously.
I don't care today. I don't care. If you think that about me today, I don't care. It is what it is. Yeah, this is the time. The time is right now. The place is right now. I don't care.
No one has ever cared more than this dude ever.
Talk. If that offends you, I apologize.
It's funny, the caption over it is, substance abuse and addiction are serious issues people can suffer with. Recovery is hard and it's a lifelong journey. Yeah, this dude definitely on the crack.
Guys.
So Tom Hanks, intervention, win. Make it happen. And one more on the Beyond Parody. Oh, God. So if those of you who are just listening, this is a Jeep that has the Confederate flag on the hood of it and covering up most of the windshield where you can't even see out of it says, fuck Biden, balls deep. And, okay, gay, but I'm for it. Like I said, as long as I'm on the top, I would nail it too. So I'm okay with it, except for the conservative flag part. It's kind of bullshit. But the rest of it, yeah. Fuck Brandon. You need to get you one of those t-shirts. And that is my Beyond Parody. What you guys got to say about that? I drank Sam's Choice Cola. Wasn't that bad? Yeah, the knockoff colas are exactly the same shit. Who gives a fuck? Imagine caring about that. Rich kids, am I right? Remember Surge? Hell yeah, Surge is good shit. Cogent message, fell son. Yeah, I feel bad for him, but not really, because he's a fucking sack of loser shit. And moving right along, folks. 30 minutes in overtime. Time for some Billy Idol. We could be heroes just for one day. The audio was desynced. Am I desynced now? Is my audio syncing up? Hopefully my audio is not desynced, folks, because that audio looked desynced as fuck. Anyway, first off, on the heroes list, Pete Buttigieg is back. And man, Pete Buttigieg is doing a great job. As this Twitter person says, when Pete Buttigieg comes for someone, he doesn't carry a sledgehammer, he wields a scalpel. And in this must-see clip, Pete slices Ron DeSantis into a million pieces. Here's how you do it, folks.
Obviously, there are issues with the border and with migration.
Okay, my audio's all fucked up now.
Obviously, there are issues.
Okay. Now my
with the border and with migration.
I'm in sync, but the audio of my videos is not in sync anymore. So that's not good. All right, folks. Never had this problem before. So you know what I'm going to do? Gonna fix it. So first off, we're going to go over here. And we're going to take the super chats. Let's see. I think that's good enough. Boom. Copy them. Notepad. Paste. Gonna go to the save as, and we're gonna save it as TDSS 168, which is this show, and we're gonna close that, and I'm gonna reboot my computer. You guys tell each other's jokes. The best joke wins. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more show. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay tuned, y'all. we're back, folks. Thank you for bearing with me. I don't know why I'm having so many audio problems lately, but I am ordering a new computer. So my new computer should be here as soon as they release the new RTX 4090 cars. I'm going to buy one of those, and hopefully that'll fix my problem. So another couple months, I'll have a new computer. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. But we're rolling through it. What you gonna do? Gotta deal with life. Let's keep going. Back to the heroes, Pete Buttigieg. This is exactly how you do it, folks. He's a surgeon with a scalpel, shitting all over Ron DeSantis.
Obviously, there are issues with the border and with migration. But these are the kinds of stunts you see from people who don't have a solution. Like, where have these, Governor DeSantis was in Congress. Where was he when they were debating immigration reform? What have any of these people done to be part of the solution? So, I get if you're after attention. It's one thing to call attention to a problem when you have a course of action, as some of the folks here speaking up about an issue, exercising their First Amendment rights have done, or in elected office. It's another to just call attention to a problem because the problem is actually more useful to you than the solution, and that helps you call attention to yourself.
That's all they have, though.
And that's what's going on. And the problem, of course, it's one thing if that was just people being obnoxious, but human beings are being impacted by that. You flee a communist regime in Venezuela, you come here, and then somebody tricks you. Somebody using Florida taxpayer money for some reason tricks you into going from Texas to Massachusetts. It's not just ineffectual. It is hurting people in order to get attention.
That's the point, though. They don't care. Hurting people actually helps them with their base. That's what they're all about. But well said, Pete. Get on it. One more on the heroes list. And big shout out to New York Attorney General Letitia James, who apparently is suing Donald Trump for defrauding, I guess, the taxpayers, everybody, the banks, by overvaluing his properties. Here she is to explain it.
Mr. Trump also blatantly ignored legal restrictions at Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago was valued on the false premise that it sat on unrestricted property and could be developed for residential use. However, Mr. Trump knew that Mar-a-Lago was subject to a host of onerous restrictions and limitations. Mr. Trump himself signed deeds sharply restricting changes to the property and donating his residential development rights in an effort to get a tax deduction and later to lower his property taxes on the property. The deeds also require Mr. Trump to donate over 23% of Mar-a-Lago's value to the Historic Trust for Historic Preservation if he ever sold it. Despite these significant restrictions, Mr. Trump valued the property based on the false premise that it was an unrestricted residential 18-acre plot of land that could be sold and used as a private home. In fact, the valuations represent that these restrictions don't even exist. The club generated annual revenues of less than $25 million and should have been valued at about $75 million. However, Mar-a-Lago was valued as high as $739 million. Mr. Trump used inappropriate schemes to inflate the value of his other golf clubs. He valued the clubs based on their fixed assets. In other words, the money spent to acquire and to maintain them, despite being informed by valuation professionals that this practice was inappropriate for a club operating as an ongoing business. He again added a brand premium when determining the value of the club, but claimed in his statements that he did not. And he inflated the value of unsold memberships, often by hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Don the Con, folks. But here's the sad part. You know why they're really going after him now? Because he defrauded the banks. It's exactly why. When it was just little people, who gives a shit? because we don't fucking matter, but oh no, he fucked with the banks and you don't fuck with our money, Donald Trump. So they're actually starting to do something about it. So, I mean, I guess good. It's good. They're actually going to maybe hold him accountable. At the very least, he'll have to pay lawyer bills to fight all these lawsuits one after the other, which is good. You know, break that motherfucker. Bankrupt his ass. There you go, girl. And all right. That's my hero section. Short and sweet today. What you guys got to say about that? Real quick comment. He's not a billionaire. He's definitely a liar. Lie about everything. Why would he tell the truth about that? Kind of like arresting Al Capone for tax fraud. Yep. Got to get in for something. And moving right along, folks. Got a 3 Karen section. Let's do it. It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause, bitch, you're caring too much. I said, bitch. So you guys remember last show or before last show, I covered this Karen Uber driver who stole these black folks' phone charger and then stuck it under her seat, wouldn't give it back, and they had to put her on blast, put her on video, and call the cops, and the cops came and watched the video and gave it back, and oh no, you don't, Uber Karen, only apparently we've been bamboozled. New video has been released that showed that these folks lied about her. And I swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. My bad. Apparently, they were just trying to go viral with the Karen video to make money for themselves. And she loaned them her charger. Then they gave it back to her. And then they accused her of stealing it. So she put it in her seat, and they called the cops on her. Here's the original video that shows that she gave them the charger.
Thank you.
There she is. Handing it to him. So, my bad, it's hard to know on these videos that have just short sections and people are willing to lie. Like, I obviously would never assume that these people would just fucking lie when they're likely to get busted, but people do anything for attention. Like, most people that saw this don't know that it got debunked. They still think these people are victims, and they'll still play up the victims and lie about it regardless. So, it's just a shitty system all the way around, and I am a horrible, horrible part of this stupid system. Bad Dusty. And with that said, next current video. Moving her along on it. Here's our next video, completely out of context. Anyway, apparently, this is actually kind of funny though. This kid decides not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and the teacher, I'm an American. We stand for that flag. But the kid's just doing what he has the right to do, and then the teacher starts getting racist. Why don't you go back to wherever the country you is from?
And you are going to sit there on your butt don't shake your leg. When you do something, get up. I'll defend my country to a very then go back to where you're from, Mexico or Guatemala, where you're born here. And you won't stand up for the flag.
First off, fuck your flag. And secondly, you about to lose your job telling your students to go back to their country. Where you from? Mexico? Yep. Didn't know he was being recorded, but you were. So good luck on the unemployment line, you racist fucking sack of shit. Super patriotic, though. We're there with a flag. Fuck that flag. I'll wipe my ass with your flag, motherfucker. What you gonna do about it? Not shit, doughy shithead. And then one more Karen video, y'all. Load up already. All right. So, this guy is out today. Christopher Columbus. I guess they are out there to support not removing the statues. And so some guy comes out there and just tells them the fucking truth about who Christopher Columbus was and what he did. Of course, we don't want to hear it. We don't care what the truth is. And obviously these patriots never care about free speech. They claim they do, But when it comes down to it, they don't give a shit what you have to say. They will silence you in a fucking heartbeat and assault you for your First Amendment rights.
Aren't you embarrassed?
Aren't you embarrassed?
I can give you my business card, sir, if there's a problem. Aren't you embarrassed?
And of course, this guy gonna walk up to him with a bat because that's intimidation. It's the implication. This doughy, fat loser gonna try to be threatening because that's all they got.
All right, sir, if there's a problem. Aren't you embarrassed?
Say the embarrassments. Look at all these fucking losers.
You're embarrassed.
Every one of them. Fat
You're
losers.
So what do you think about how Christopher Columbus cut off the hands of people who didn't bring him enough gold?
They were fucking savages back then. They all.
This guy just hit me in the head.
Racist as fuck.
Sir, can I have my bike back?
Another fat
Sir, let
doughy
me have my
loser.
bicycle.
You want to talk shit? Get the fuck out of here.
So much for free speech. And now it's gonna assault you. There he is. Yeah.
No violence. Stop it. Please go.
Let me destroy your
You're
fucking
so
property. You dare say something I don't like? Fucking assault you, destroy your property. Okay. Yep. Savages. They're the savages. Calling other people savages. Just goddamn this fucking country. It's so trash. And that's my Karen section. And let's roll right along, folks. Last chance to get into your super chats. We got a real quick final section. Slow News Week. Let's do it. Slow News Week with Dustin Smith. Yee-haw! Killed it. And first off, on Slow News Week with Dustin Smith. Now, I know they're just doing this for attention on the CW network. Apparently, their new advertisement is Superman is coming in Supergirl? Oh no. I'll allow it. Seems pretty. I mean, where else would Superman come? If he had to come somewhere, Superwoman, Supergirl seems like it should be Superwoman though, shouldn't it? If he's coming in the Supergirl, how old is Supergirl? I don't know. As long as she's of age though, seems appropriate because I'm sure he has like super sperm that would shoot out of him fast enough. It'd be like a bullet. It would kill a normal woman. So you need like a Supergirl, a Superwoman's womb that could just absorb the blow of the super sperm. So it really makes sense if you think about it. And then on Slow News Week, this dude is 35 years old, folks. Now I know I'm immature, but I'm not even trying to be respectable. This is Benny Johnson from the Left Can't Meme. Imagine being 35 years old and talking like this. Official statement from Benny. We often say the left can't meme. Tonight, we proved it. I was giving a peaceful speech to the University of Iowa Turning Points USA chapter about memes this evening. During our presentation, we played a harmless meme of Kamala Harris welcoming a bus full of migrants. Set to tasteful mariachi music. Yeah, not racist at all. That is when a low-T leftist, no testosterone, unlike Benny Johnson, who look at him, super manly and masculine, he's full up on T all day long. That's when a super low-T leftist strung out on pure soy, snapped into a violent rage. I watched dispassionately as the lib's last drop of testosterone. Just goddamn it. Imagine being a grown-ass man who talks like that, who thinks soy is an insult, who thinks calling people low T is an insult. Just so embarrassed. They embarrass themselves. You don't even really have to do much. Just read what they say. And did you guys see this one? I love it. 4 men who became a viral meme in 2020 have been turned into a statue. But the artist, who spent 57 hours making it, says he faced mockery and criticism. So here's the original picture. And here's the statue. And nailed it. Like, first off, look at these fucking douchebags. Holy God. Let me get out of the way. Everyone in skinny jeans. Everyone just... If you see guys like this coming towards you in a bar, run the other fucking way. Holy shit. Hipster trash. And then, yeah, boom, nailed it. This is exactly what they look like to me. Why would you face derision for your amazingly accurate statue of these turds? Love it. And then, on Slow News Week. Oh, yeah. So apparently there was a Lady Gaga concert, and there was a drag queen who sometimes performs as Lady Gaga, walked through the crowd, and the crowd thought it was Lady Gaga, and I don't know why. This drag queen don't even look like Lady Gaga, but these crowd members, these Gaga fans, are not very perceptive. Even the security thought it was Lady Gaga, and they have shocked faces to find out it's not. Let's have a look.
E as pessoas achando que Penélope é Lady Gaga. Então a gritaria inteiro.
I'm a drag queen. Look at this guy. He's recognizing it's not Lady Gaga, and he's like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. A gritaria.
What? Holy shit. What is going on?
E as pessoas achando que Penélope é Lady Gaga. Então a
I'm a
gritaria
drag queen, y'all. I'm not Gaga. I got so confused. What? Yeah, dude. Don't you know what Lady Gaga looks like? Just anybody, I guess, looks like Lady Gaga to these people. No clue. And then, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. I thought this was neat. This got 5.2 million views, taking art to a whole new level. Hey, this is something AI can't do. So if you guys are worried about AI taking your gerbs, are you artists? Be an artist like this guy. Look how good he is. Can't play the music, but here he is painting a tree. And it's 3D and shit, and it's cool because he's painting the stuff behind the tree, which camouflages the tree, and then he's painting like shadows on the top of the tree and make it look like the tree is hollow, and there's a woman in the middle of the fucking tree. It's cool as shit, man. I don't know how you do stuff like this. I can't even draw a fucking stick figure. That's some next level artistry. Amazing! Killed it! Somebody give that guy $1 jillion and one more on the Slow News with Smith. Yeehaw! Folks, let's say your garbage truck leaves without taking your garbage. What would you do? Well, obviously, if you're a super genius, you jump on your moped and you drive down and you try to throw the garbage into the back of the car. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, that was a bad idea. Oh, yeah, now you don't have a face. Your face just got scraped off, and now you're covered in garbage. So that was a bad idea. Okay, what do we learn? Mistakes were made. And all right, folks, that's my show. Another amazing episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind. Gonna do a quick Q&A section after I read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Please do all of the things that you know you're supposed to do, or else you're gonna burn. It's gonna be awful. Don't tempt me. Colin Liquist to Dallas Dusty. Do you believe in anti-theism at a time like this? It's better for issues such as climate change, or focusing on the issue itself would bring more Christians over. I do both. Mock religion into extinction, but also mock conservatives into extinction. Mock it all into extinction. Trickster, $10 for the kitties. Thank you, Trickster. I wanted to say more, but I think YouTube had other ideas. So much for freedom of speech. You can't cuss. God damn it. But I can. Ben Davis. Holy shit. $50. Very generous. Sexy ass Ben Davis, who I'm going to take amazingly seriously because you have bought my love. Hey, Dusty. I just lost my second cat in a month. Well, now I'm depressed, Ben. This is for my Missy. Take care of your kitties for me. I will. Going to do some good with that. Here comes Katana to celebrate with me. Oh, I gotta put my video back on. There you go. Boom. Here comes Katana. Come here, Katana. Katana, show everybody how pretty you are. Show, oh, that's Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy's like, I'll show Daddy. I'll show how pretty I am. Thank you for helping the kitties. You rock, Ben. Lonnie Tyler, what's up? Man, love the show. What's your most anticipated VR game coming out soon? What the fuck even is coming out soon? I just want to get a 4080. And then Praydog is a mod group that is modding every Unreal Engine game to be able to be played in VR, but you have to have beefy systems. So I'm looking forward to the future where you don't have to actually have specific VR games. You can just play any game in VR, which is coming soon. So that's my answer. Keep going, Dusty, all night long. All night. Oh no, we're doing Twitter things. Please don't eat Subway. It might be contaminated. I have not gone back to Subway. Update on the subject situation. I will never go back there again. I didn't call. I didn't start a fuss. I didn't call corporate. I'm just never returning. Fuck it. You know, whatever. They don't want me there. I won't eat there. Simple solution. Let it go. Move on with your life. My life's too short to dwell on petty bullshit. Darian Meza, $20, very generous. Like the show, vamos a Memphis loco. Hell yeah. I don't know what that means, but I know Memphis is the city of the dead. So I assume you meant go crazy and kill it, something like that. I don't know, but I used to live in Memphis for like 3 years. So release the weed dealers, lock up the maggots. I know, right? Trump want to kill the drug dealers. Should give them medals. Dusty, there's enough money and space for food and housing. Conservatives just like to create problems. I know, right? Mississippi's all fucking trees. Now, I'm not saying I want immigrants to come live in my fucking house, but do I want immigrants to come live in my town? Do I want them to make more room for them? Build new cities and structures for them? Yes, I do. Bring them on. Plenty of room. Floyd fluffing stuff. I think Putin gave Ed Snowden Russian citizens. He did. Wonder if Ed Snowden's going to get up on the front lines of the Ukraine just so he can have one more buddy to drag to the war. Yep, you spy for Russia. You have to live in Russia, unfortunately. That is your penalty. Blazing Chronic. Love the name. Love you, Dusty. Love you back. Your show really helps after a long day. I know, right? Keeps you guys entertained. That's what I'm here for. I love entertaining you guys. I really appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to do this. I am Batman, became a Dust Buddy. Welcome to the Dust Buddies. You too can become a Dust Buddy for $2.99 a month. So you guys do that. Figure it out and do it. All right. I read all that. Now let's close that and read whatever popped up here. You are the man. How could I be the man, MJ, when you the man? Keep it lover, Dusty. I put a poem in the chat that tried to put in the super chat, but it wouldn't allow me to post it. So take a look when you have a moment. I'm going to go back and read every comment after the show's over. I'll read it. Thank you, Kubert. Justin Joseph, how do you miss that Confederate flag Jeep having a New Jersey license plate? I am stupid and unobservant. Getting aside, Tom's River, where the Jeep was, is the Mississippi of New Jersey. Oh my God. That's really bad. I thought New Jersey was the Mississippi of New Jersey. There's a specific place that's even worse. Poor New Jerseyans. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody's support of the show tonight. You guys rock. I guess let's shill the patron. Patron, please become a patron. Patreon.com/podcast. Link in the description of the video. I know it's a pain in the ass, but like if you like my free content, please support it. That's how I'm able to keep doing this show, and I work hard on it. So help me out and buy a book, all that stuff. All right, Q&A. What you guys got to say real quick? Come on, open up. Dusty, so will you go to Blimpie then? There is no other sub shop in this town. That's the reason I was going to Subway. If there's another option, I would have gone there. So I am just going to lose weight and not be a fat fuck. I guess that's my only alternative. No more Subway for me. More immigrants mean more sphincters, people. I know, right? More mouths, more holes all together, which I'm a fan of with my nasty ass. Dusty still grifting, LOL. I know, right? ABG, always be grifting. Gotta do what I gotta do. Does he have a Sphinx cat? I do not. But in a way, aren't all cats Sphinx cats? They're not? All right, well, fuck you. Just give that Subway a bad Yelp review. Fuck it. Like, I don't dwell on shit. I just move on. It ain't that big of a deal, to be honest with you. Damn, Dusty, I know, right? Damn to me. I live about 100 miles from Memphis. It was a town called Blue Springs, Mississippi, about 12 years ago and 30 years ago. I ain't never heard of it. Memphis is dangerous as fuck, though. If you go through there, duck. You're going to get killed. Did you watch the nuclear war simulation I sent you? I did. Scary. I didn't share it, but I watched it. Hopefully that doesn't fucking happen. No thanks. I want to live. Dusty, a hero to remain in Alabama. I'm in Mississippi, but close enough. Same thing. All right, folks. That's my show. I sure appreciate it. Sorry I missed you guys on Friday, but I made up for it, right? And I will be back next Friday. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I'm playing New World again. I know you guys really care about that shit, but I'm addicted to New World, so I'm going to go play some more New World. If you guys want to play New World with me, let me know. They're starting a new server soon, so that'll be cool. So that's what I'm going to do this week, but I'll also put together another episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind just for you guys. Once again, thanks for everybody who supported the show tonight. You guys are amazing. Please hit the like button before you go. Please leave comments. Do all of the things. I will see you guys on Friday. Appreciate you so much. As always, till next time, Logic. And also, I put that song Little Brother on my SoundCloud page right here. Somebody asked me for it. Somebody wanted to download it. So you can download it for free on my SoundCloud page. There's a link in the description of this video. So if you want this song, you can have it for free because I'm amazing. I give everything I do away for free. Let's have it play us out. Good night, everybody.
Taking my advice and left us alone, 'cause now we're standing tall and you are dead and you're gone. I warned you so many times, so many chances I gave, so now
sorry it was loud.
dancing on top of the brink. I say only so much I can say before I would break. You were mean for no good reason, just meanness sake. You just could not let it be. You just had to challenge me, and now it's all said and done. I feel so damn free, so free. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
Freedom!
Little brother told me, he showed me, little brother told me, he said, little brother told me, he showed me, little brother told me, you're dead, little brother told me, he showed me, little brother told me, he said, little brother told me, he showed me, little brother told me, you're dead, so push and push and push until I just snapped. Must have been your lack of brains to think I wouldn't fight back. Understand it wasn't planned, but it ended the same. You found completely out of life, so I just stayed in your game with pain. You should have taken my advice and left us alone, 'cause now we're standing tall and you are dead and you're gone. I warned you so many times, so many chances I gave, so now we're both out here dancing on top of the brink. I say told me, he showed me, little brother told me, he said, little brother told me, he showed me, little brother told me, you're dead.